All right, we back. I'm Dante Soul Pepper. This Pharaoh. This Marquise. All right, and how's everybody weekend?
Shoot, my weekend was solid. Had me a little time to myself, a little time with some good company. It was a decent little time this weekend.
Little time with some good company, huh? Good company. Reveal yourself. Come get on the pod.
Well, I got some questions for you.
Yeah, we got questions. Can the good company get on the pod?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Why not?
The long, drawn out conversations ain't really the style. You know, it was more of a dissect a movie and then get into some other things. You know,
We'll be all right. We can do an interview style.
like a one-on, like a grilling session.
Not
like Oprah does.
What?
Nah, not too hard. I'm just saying we can do.
Like Gail Key.
Yeah, we can do interview style. Tell the company reveal themselves. We'll be all right.
We'll
Fucking with you.
think about that. You know, it's
What R. Kelly say on Gail Key when he had an interview? I was just trying to say something funny.
Yeah.
Y'all killing me.
How was your weekend? What'd you do?
Oh man, I thought it was a normal weekend, but everybody was acting like the sparklers and shit. You know, 5 rounds of Casamigos at Juvenile.
5 rounds of Casamigos.
Yeah, the 5 bottles. The fourth one said "ain't shits" on the little sign.
Oh, that was y'all.
Yeah, we was going up.
Oh, y'all was on the story. Y'all was on a couple people. My stories.
Oh yeah, we was going up, man. It was pretty nice, man. I seen a lot of people that you normally don't see out. Like I used to see them out when I first started going out because they're a little older now. Mm-hmm. But you know they want to see Juvenile, so I seen a couple. As soon as that rodeo and back that ass up and all that came on, I started seeing it again. I was like, oh, you got that sundress swinging, huh?
He did slow motion too? Oh,
he did slow motion. He actually did like Soulfly by like the...
Still fly the big timers?
Still fly by the big timers.
Man, shout out Manny Fresh. Shout out Birdman too. Birdman used to rap back in the day. I don't care what y'all say.
Still big shout out Manny Fresh over Birdman though.
No, 100%. Big shout out Manny Fresh. One of the greatest producers of all time, and he don't get no credit for it.
We don't get no, like, that song has bars in it. Hella bars in it.
Hella bars. Hella bars. When the best line, like I always say, I used to say this on the last pod. Motherfucker said alligator seats with the head the inside. I thought that was the craziest bar of all time. I'm like, these niggas sitting on alligator head, nigga. Y'all not balling like that.
That reminded me of the Dave Chappelle where he's like, he got the chicken bones on the thing. He's like, yeah, these is from expensive chicken dinners I ate when he did the cribs.
Man, it really be like that. That shit was crazy.
He used some food they ate from as art?
Huh?
He used food. Was it like a parody? Or?
Yeah, it was like a Cribs parody.
Oh, I
Dave
thought he was for real. I was like...
Dave Chappelle's, and he's like, this is chandelier of all the expensive-ass baller chicken dinners I ate over the years. And then he had like a dinosaur egg and the dinosaur hatched and shit. It was a fun... You ain't never seen that episode of Dave Chappelle? I think it's in the Lost Seasons.
But see, that's what's fucked up. I seen a couple Dave Chappelle episodes. I ain't never sat down and watched all of the episodes.
Oh shit!
Yeah, when I think the older I get, occasionally I'll go back and watch a Dave Chappelle episode, and nowadays it's funny. Like it wasn't as funny to me back then.
Oh nigga,
but nowadays that shit's hilarious.
I used to be dying at that shit. I like comedy shit though. Right.
Yeah.
I watch stand-ups like 4 or 5 times and shit.
As a matter of fact, before we get into the topics, nigga, you on the hot seat.
I'm on the hot seat?
Yeah, you're on the hot seat.
Oh, he's on the hot seat.
This man was sharing the ops post on Instagram, on his Instagram story.
Wait.
He was sharing the ops post, dog. He might be an op, man. We got to watch out for this man. Everybody watch out for my boy.
Who's the op?
No, it's a joke for real. But because that show that Elon Blase doing, that nigga Ferrari Smoke, that's that nigga James. And I was like, this nigga sharing the ops. I'm not tripping. I was just fucking with you. I was like, because I told Devin, I said, I'm gonna tell that nigga he's sharing the ops. when I see that
Oh,
shit.
that
Shout out
shit
to them.
was-
Go to that show. That nigga probably needs some money, man.
Nah, go to that show to support Elon Blase. I don't know who
Go
else
show to
performing
support the
that shit.
nigga. Nigga named Ferrari couldn't afford a Hyundai, but go support the nigga, man.
Yeah.
Ain't that nigga? Ain't this like his fourth name change? That's why I didn't know who the niggas was. I was like,
I don't know,
I
man.
don't keep up. I don't keep up with that.
I just barely found out what his name was. Anyway, we ain't gonna get into it. It was something that went on where I was supposed to be on a song with the nigga, and I had to tell the producer no. Once I found out who that was.
yeah. That's one of those. If it's up, it's up.
Yeah.
There ain't no.
Yeah, I was like, nah. Yeah, I see that shit. I was like, this nigga sharing the ops.
Yeah, I was lacking. Bro. I was lacking. I need to do my research.
I was just playing
You
that
finna
shit.
spin the block on you.
For real, man. I gotta be a better broadcaster.
He was gonna play
That's
Drake,
up.
so you came outside too. Yeah. Playing, you was like, hey, whoa.
See, look, now I'm gonna try to get in there for free.
Nah, man, go ahead, go to that show, support Elon Blase. I ain't no hater. Put some money in that nigga pockets because I know he need it, man. I ain't hating. Get your money, man. Somebody put on here revisiting Kanye with his cheeks out. Pause, big pause.
Big pause.
But I don't know what y'all trying to revisit.
So, all right. So last pod, we was talking about how, getting head and why Kanye had his cheeks out, right?
Yeah.
He had his girl walking around the streets of Italy with just a pillow.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Wait, what?
She had like a pillow like in front of her.
She was just dead. She was dead naked, and he had her walking around.
Like she had like a nude top though, but you could like see through it. And she had the pillow right here.
I didn't see no top, dog. So Cam, the $1 million question is, could you ever see yourself doing something like that to your woman?
No.
But he ain't never had $1 billion neither.
Go out fully clothed, man.
Yeah.
If we wearing pillows, and what's that shit how Kanye be wearing where he look like he be wearing shoulder pads and shit? I don't care how much money I got. we not going out in the football attire, nigga. Like, I know it's, first Sunday of the season, but come on, bro. That shit that he be wearing is crazy. There's a lot of shit that these rich niggas wear that I just wouldn't do. So,
You're not putting a Jared Goff jersey on over your pads and walking around the...
Nah, you want me to be looking like T.I.? You see that T.I. picture? He had the Michael Vick jersey on and the fucking face paint. I'm never doing that. Shout out Jared Goff. I love Jared Goff. I got his jersey too.
And
I
I'll
really
be
could
damned
go
if I
out
wear
like that.
Nah, I'm with Kanye on a lot of fashion shit, but I'll be damned if I wear some leggings or if I wear some motherfucking the shoes that look like socks. Cause that shit remind me of the shoes with the toes where you separate each toe and shit, man. I ain't doing that shit neither.
Yeah, it's a couple things that he do that only he could pull off, but that's why he's Kanye West.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why he's so damn...
He was in there. He was with Fabulous, who I hold in high regards. That used to be one of my it's probably still one of my favorite rappers.
Damn, that's crazy. I was just talking about Fabulous at the barbershop yesterday.
Yeah.
About how that nigga don't get his credit for being a legend for real.
Mixtape's fire.
Mixtape legend. Yeah, but I'm not doing that. I'm not wearing a pillow thing. I don't really know, like... Maybe I'm going to have to see the picture. I'm going to have to see the picture because I think it's probably looks bad.
I wouldn't do that first off because I already told y'all I like mine solidified, so I don't want everybody else seeing my shit. You know what I'm saying?
You don't like to share it on?
No, she should wear the Muslim wrap. Don't even show your hair.
You going to have a hijab on.
You don't want your girl wearing nothing, huh? You don't want her showing nothing, huh? You don't want her showing nothing.
I mean, I'm exaggerating.
She got to go out on hijab with the glasses and the COVID face mask on.
Yeah, something.
I ain't gonna cap though. Like if that was like at a fashion week, that would probably be fresh.
No, this was the streets of Italy.
Yeah,
They was on vacation.
No, and I could tell, like, you know what I'm saying, where it looked like, it's a bodysuit and the pillow's just in
She
front
got
of
the
it.
Skims on.
Yeah,
then-
that's actually.
And shout out to the girls that wear the Skims. Keep buying Skims. I seen you at the club.
But then you see how this nigga dressed, right, walking next to her.
Yeah, he trying to hide himself. But that is kind of fresh. I ain't gonna lie. Like now that I seen the picture, she might could wear that. That is pretty fresh.
Yeah,
But it would be dope if it was at like a fashion week, fashion show, something like that. Then it would be way doper. But That was pretty, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That wasn't a bad fit.
There was a lot of girls at Juvenile wearing the Skims, and I approve. 100% wavy approved.
Yep.
Skims is the new look. I like it.
Put her Skims on. Now she acting like she Kim.
Yeah.
Man. And then, yeah, is that it for that? Like,
No,
did
yeah,
y'all-
that was it. I just wanted to see what you would say.
Yeah, but it was kind of fresh. Pillow was kind of fresh, man.
And she's some work. She's some work. I ain't gonna lie. She's some work.
Hey, man, look, I don't really like to be talking about dudes women trees, but Kanye, his list is crazy. Kanye has some baddies.
Honestly,
It's like from day one, Kanye just keep bad bitches with him.
ain't none that age like terrible.
You got
either.
Kanye. You got Joe Budden. You got you could say Drake, and then you could say probably Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon got a crazy list, nigga.
Yeah, Nick Cannon got a crazy roster. So, yeah, but Kanye is just funny. It's like, you know, don't nobody ever want to put Kanye on a lot of lists. He's always the list of being like, you know, one of the greatest artists or greatest producers, but like lyricists, he should be on that list. Bad bitches, he need to be on that list too.
He's one of the greatest hitmen.
Kanye's one of the greatest everything probably. He even one of the greatest racists. He's even one of the greatest self-hatred niggas. He's even one of the greatest anti-Semitic people. He's in the top.
I will say this:
every
whatever
list.
he does, he does.
Yeah, we're not bigging it up. We're not bigging it up. I'm just saying, like, whatever list you want to put Kanye on, he's at the top of it.
Yeah.
He was even at the top of the presidential ballot for a sec.
Hell yeah.
You're not even lying. That's what's
I'm
crazy.
just saying, bro. Like, that nigga's a goat, man. Shout out Kanye. Stop tripping, bro. You good.
Hey, if you're gonna save one person, their catalog and everything, every bullshit that came with it, you gonna save R. Kelly or you gonna save Kanye West?
I'm saving Kanye.
Kanye easy.
I'd rather listen to Kanye.
It was just a temp check.
I think I said that last part. If I had to be on an island and just listen to one person,
That's
I'd probably
different
listen to
though.
Kanye.
That's just one person you gotta listen to. I'm talking about like you gotta take all the bullshit they came with throughout their career and the hits.
Yeah, I'm taking that.
I'd just rather you be saying nonsense before you be just like harming women. like you know what I'm saying? Because like at least with Kanye, like he done said some hatred stuff about every group of people. I
That's
guess
true.
like I mean, don't make it okay, but like that's more acceptable than pissing on little girls.
It's definitely.
Don't have a rebuttal for that.
Yeah, because like he even like I'm saying, he even says self-hatred stuff, and like I don't like it, but hey man,
Oh, yeah.
I mean he's definitely been detrimental to his own kind.
He has.
Yeah, he has.
But he does make some fire music. That's all I gotta say.
He does. He's a musical genius.
A musical fashion genius, honestly.
Oh yeah, we got my continuation on Shaq. Shaquille
Oh, yeah, I've been waiting for this one.
O'Neal he's honestly kind of overrated, okay? Shaq might be one of the most overrated basketball players ever.
I don't know about that.
And I'm only getting this to say I might argue Akeem Olajuwon is better than Shaq all time.
Oh, that's a fact.
And he's still one of the top 5 centers in the league. But then, like, realistically, when you think about his list of teammates that he's played with, for him to only have 4 rings is almost kind of ridiculous. Can we agree with that?
Yeah, he should have had one with Penny.
That's what I'm saying. So, like,
Yeah.
and then, like, his list of teammates when it comes to Penny, Kobe, Wade, Steve Nash, LeBron,
Wait a minute.
the Celtics' big 3.
Wait a minute.
What?
Where I'm not going to let you just casually throw Steve Nash, the Celtics' big 3, and LeBron in there and, like, make it seem like Shaq should have been a contributing factor to all 3 of those teams.
And this is where accountability to Shaq got to become. He could have been a contributing factor if he would have took basketball a lot more serious.
At the tail end of his career, period?
Yeah, bro. Like, what do you mean? Like, he could have been a contributing factor at the tail end of his career if he would have took better care of his body and developed more skills.
I mean, okay.
It's just like Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan played for 20 years and was a role player half his career.
Yeah.
A role player.
Okay,
versus,
well, like a second or a first to third option. You know what I'm saying? Because the Spurs was like a team-oriented thing, but like it wasn't a lot of weight on him. So I'm saying it didn't have to be that much weight on Shaq when he was playing with LeBron.
But I also I agree with your point, but I also think it's like not that fair to ask someone of Shaq's stature who has made a career off of being a dominant big man with how physically being an anomaly he is, being able to move at the weight that he was at, to ask him to be able to shift the way the game was going, because regardless if he stayed in shape or not, I still think he's probably getting bounced around the league around the same time that he was with the Suns, the Celtics, and the Cavs, because everybody started to play faster. Even when he was on that Suns team was playing fast. Like they were getting shots up in 12 seconds or less. That's where D'Antoni really started to flourish. So it's like not necessarily fair to say if Shaq had done, like it's true, but like given the circumstances of Shaq being a dominant big man and how many beatings he was taking, period, it was going to be that way regardless if he took care of his body that 1 year in L.A.
He was doing what everyone, like even what LeBron's doing, like they're shifting out of basketball to get to their media and their rest of their other part of their career, which I ain't saying is right, but
no, that's all of that is cool. But like, even if we take it to a LeBron thing, I feel like a lot of LeBron's game at the beginning of his career was based off of physical dominance. When LeBron combined his physical dominance with his skill, we get the LeBron James that we've seen over the last decade. Shaq never combined physical dominance and skill at any point.
At 7'1", 300 pounds.
Yeah, like what do you mean? Jokic is skilled enough. Embiid is skilled enough.
yeah.
But
Hakeem Olajuwon was skilled enough. It's mad highlights of him shooting jumpers, crossovers.
Who's the top 5 centers?
Shaq's in the top 5 centers. Don't get me wrong. Like, he's the top 5 center of all time. But I think where my gripe comes with Shaq is that, A, he's never held accountable for the flaws in his career because he's such a likable person. And B, he is a top 10 to 15 player when he should be number 1. Those are my issues with Shaq.
But who are you putting up in the top 5 centers?
Okay, I guess Kareem has to be number 1. I don't like it, but I guess he has to be number 1.
you ain't even got to label him right now because it's all based on preference at that point.
Just name 5.
I think the 4 in front of him, I ain't going to order him, but I think the 4 in front of him would honestly have to be Kareem, Hakeem Olajuwon, probably Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell, just to pay respect to the dudes that came way, way, way before our time.
So the Bulls, you're not putting Rodman in there?
Dog, Rodman doesn't make any of my lists.
Centers?
I mean, he played power forward, but
that's why I was
it doesn't even matter. Center, power forward. Rodman don't make none of my list. Rodman makes my list as a celebrity, and that's it. Because for you to, and you want to talk about dudes with a list, hey, Dennis Rodman's list is crazy. Dennis Rodman is a fashion icon. Dennis Rodman is a life icon. Like, for you to just be able to go gambling, running around with models, you in the NWO, you sniffing cocaine, you're gambling, you're drinking.
In the middle of a season.
In the middle of a season, and you go grab 20 rebounds and play hot defense and then go do it all over again. That's what he'd go for. But, like, and if it comes to, like, actual basketball, like, I honestly don't. I think people even who, like, are LeBron fans overrate Dennis Rodman's career. Like, because people always be like, Jordan had Pippen and Rodman. And I'm like, yeah, but, like, if LeBron James had somebody on his team averaging 5.5 points a game but 13 rebounds, we're going to say he didn't do anything.
Tristan Thompson.
Right. There you go. Tristan Thompson averaged a double-double for, I think, a couple seasons, and we just act like he didn't do nothing. So I don't think Rodman's on my list for anything, to be honest with you.
That's a crazy thought to me.
Nah, he's a life goat. Like honestly, like as somebody who maximized their life, him. He used his celebrity for everything he wanted to use it for, and I'm not mad at him for it. Lifestyle wise, he is the GOAT. Even down to, like, we got these face piercings now. Dennis Rodman did it first.
Oh, yeah.
We got this hair dye. Dennis Rodman did it first. He was cross-dressing. He was doing everything.
Yeah. So without Dennis Rodman, we wouldn't have Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
Young Thug. He said,
Yeah,
I had
without Dennis Rodman, we
I had
wouldn't
to wear
have
the
Jeffrey.
dress because I had a stick.
Yeah, without Dennis Rodman, we would not have Thugger.
Man.
But I think that's my gripe with Shaq too. And then because he's such a big celebrity, we never hold him accountable for the nonsense he did. Like he ruined every team he's ever been on.
I feel like we do a lot of the caping for people that we like in any aspect of life.
Right, but I think that's why it's an issue with me when it comes to basketball because like I think lately like my argument with basketball like that's why I don't even get into like GOAT conversations a lot or like I mean I guess I do because I be on this pod every week saying some bullshit but I think the point I be trying to make is like the favoritism in basketball media. That's my issue.
Yeah. There is, but at the same time, man, I don't think Shaq would go down as the number one best player if he actually developed his skill because there's going to be a cap at some point.
I think he could have though.
But with how physically like different it is, like if Shaq stays in shape, the lightest you'll see him at is 295.
And I think
that's a guarantee.
Well, I'm not even sure if it's more of a weight thing where I'm like he still didn't develop a good free throw.
But that's what I'm saying. So like if it's 295 and knowing how big Shaq was, that's 295 of muscle. He's gonna be shooting like the buff dudes that we see at Vasa at a certain point. It's not gonna be like a 7-foot Giannis, a 7-foot Joker, a 7-foot Embiid, because their body types compared to Shaq is so different, even though they're 7'1".
Okay, I'm gonna tell you how wrong I was about Shaq one time, right? So one of my homeboys here, real big Dwight Howard fan, and I'm trying to tell him that Shaq was more skilled than Dwight Howard. We watched their highlight films.
No, I wouldn't agree with that.
Oh, bro, I couldn't have been more wrong. We watched their highlight films back to back, and because how both of them were so physically dominant at their peak. So we watched their highlight films back to back. Dwight Howard over both shoulders, spin moves, this, that, and the third. Shaq, we watched a couple different highlight films, and I was still trying to cape for Shaq. We ain't see one highlight of Shaq using his left hand.
He got a couple like left hooks in there, but it's not like a vast majority.
But that's what I'm saying. At least Dwight Howard, if he was on this side of the basket, he going up with the left.
Quick sidebar: Dwight Howard should have been on that top 75 team.
Yeah. If Damian Lillard and Anthony Davis was on there, then Dwight Howard definitely should have been on there, no question.
Realistically, if we want to make a hot take, like we argue that Dwight Howard may be in the top 5 before Bill Russell. And it's only because Bill Russell has won. Because Bill Russell has won at a high level, we got to give him his props and his nod. But if you were just to go by position and skill, Dwight Howard may be scratching that top 5, dog.
I can't agree with that.
Why not?
Because before we even get to Bill Russell and what he did, because like I never really watched Bill Russell highlights. I really don't care to go back that far, to be completely honest with you. Mm-hmm. But
which is kind of disrespectful.
Before we even get to Bill Russell, I don't know if Dwight Howard is better than Jokic and Embiid.
In what real avenue? Like offensively, probably not. But like impacting the game as a whole, maybe not Joker, but we could argue Embiid.
That's fair. That's fair.
And even at that, like Joker is rebounding at a high level, assists at a high level, scoring at a high level, but he's not blocking shots and being a defensive monster like Dwight Howard was. If I can sacrifice a couple of assists a game and get 5 blocks, 6 blocks a game, and then maybe like 3 assists because we're just going to dump it in the post and you're going to double him anyway. He makes a couple good passes a game. You really couldn't tell me that Dwight Howard isn't more impactful or more valuable on a championship run team?
Not than Jokic, you not.
I don't think I'll pick Jokic over Dwight Howard.
And we sorry to interrupt.
I don't know if I'd pick Embiid over him.
But we low key saw it. We saw Dwight Howard versus Jokic in the bubble.
Yeah, but see, that was like Dwight Howard and see, that's why I don't even like this narrative, because like that Laker team had a lot of big men on it.
It
So
did.
like it's a lot of them that's switching on the Jokic. It was a lot of Dwight. It was a lot of AD. It's a lot of JaVale McGee. Like, it was a lot of that going on. Where as far as just, like, Jokic in general, though, I just feel like he do a lot more for his teams than Dwight. And I'm not even, like, Jokic's biggest fan like that. But, like, we ain't never seen a center pass that way. To be honest with you, I'd rather take the slacking on defense to have a playmaking that Jokic can do. Because there ain't no way, like, this dude could just be playing. Like, these dudes be running a pick and roll where Jokic is the ball handler and Jamal Murray is the roller. That makes no sense to me. You should not be that good of a passer to where, like, you're doing a center guard pick and roll.
It's yeah.
I'd rather take that because then, like, it's almost to get to a point where you're like, okay, what do you do? Oh, let's just force him to the mid post. All right, now he's scoring and he's going to eat you. All right, let's force him to the low post. All right, he's scoring, he's going to eat you. All right, let's just make him ISO you from the top. Now he's shooting over you and it's over with. Like, it's nothing you can do to Jokic. At least Dwight Howard's offensive game was limited to – it was just limited. It was just limited to certain spots on the floor. Jokic is just like –
because of how it was at that time, though. We got to acknowledge that point.
Yeah, but I don't think he would have had that in him even nowadays. Like, I think nowadays if he was in the league, he would probably be looked at a lot better. Like, he would be looked at in a more positive light the way I feel like AD is looked at. I think the positive light that AD gets on his career, honestly, Dwight Howard deserves that. And I don't like Dwight Howard. Me and him got real-life beef. and I think he deserves that positive light that AD got in his career.
And I feel like if we take away the blemishes of Dwight Howard's career, I think Dwight Howard probably does. He doesn't eclipse Jokic, but like he may eclipse Embiid in a certain realm because the development of Dwight Howard, he does have a little bit of a better looking jump shot form, let alone like he hasn't been able to practice that at a high clip with NBA games. But if he was able to figure that out and still be a defensive prowess, he would definitely eclipse Embiid and probably give Joker a little bit more fits. Just because he's a little bit more athletic, even with how long he's been in the league.
Yeah, and I also think a lot of that with Dwight Howard, the way the team was built around him, the way that Orlando team was built around him with just straight pick and roll point guards and shooters, like he couldn't have been in a more perfect position. But like, I don't hold that against him because he maximized it. Like, nobody thought that team was going to the finals.
Facts.
Yeah, for sure.
Facts.
So I can't knock him for that.
What's your real life beef with Dwight Howard though?
Man, me and him just got real life beef, bro. We was real life beefing at a Jazz game one time. So when Dwight Howard left, because I like back in the day, I was not a Dwight Howard fan. That's why I'm like, I never really liked dude like that, to be honest with you. Yeah. So like you know what I'm saying, when he was about to lead the Lakers, and I knew he was. So
First time.
Yeah, the first time. So I'm already heckling this dude on the internet and like the billboards, they stay D12. I'm in every comment on every Laker post on every social media app. He leaving, leave him alone. He trash anyway, leave him alone. Motherfucker goes to Houston. Mind you, at the time, James Harden still was my favorite player, so I'm like, oh, I got to cheer for this dude anyway, but I still don't fuck with him. Yeah. So, man, we get some tickets to a Jazz game, and the tickets was like second row behind the basket. So I'm like, oh, I'm going Lakered out to this Jazz and Rockets game. And me and Dwight Howard about to just get into it. And we had just got into it on the sideline, and I don't fuck with Dwight Howard.
I remember it was like my anniversary and I went to get a massage and shit, and Dwight Howard was in town, and I was like, I texted Cam, I seen Dwight Howard, like, what's that bitch ass nigga doing here?
Hey, you know what's funny about that is the fact that he was kind of cool about the little beef, but like he just. It's funny because like since he won the ring with the Lakers, the way I think about it is I was like, I don't know if he was right or I was right, depending on how you look at it. Because technically I was right because like he was leaving and he was never going to win a ring as a star player, like I said. But like at the end of the day, he won a ring with the Lakers. So like depending on how you look at it, one of us got an L. Just depending on the two sides of the coin.
See, the way I look at it is I look at it as Cam is the reason why NBA stars hate playing for the Jazz.
The Jazz,
because you was in there heckling, and you're not supposed to be doing that.
I was in there with Laker gear on. Like I'm in there Lakered out. I had purple, yellow headband on, Kobe jersey, yellow Kobe jersey, purple Laker shirt on underneath. Like I'm telling you, I'm in there full Laker gear. And Jazz fans so damn dumb. I'm walking to go get snacks and shit. They're like, "You're at the wrong game, buddy." No, the fuck I'm not. I know where I'm supposed to be, and it's right here to talk to Dwight Howard. Like, what are you talking about? It was the biggest story of the offseason. What do you mean I'm at the wrong game? I'm obviously here for a reason. Like, Jazz fans so stupid. I'd never forget that. "You're at the wrong game, buddy." I was like, and it was like constantly. I'm standing in line, minding my own business, trying to get some popcorn. "You're at the wrong game." What?
That shit's
But
coming.
you know, Jazz fans aren't basketball fans, though.
Yeah, that's the sad thing about it.
I feel like I've never really met a Jazz fan that actually knows basketball.
Yeah, that's what people say. Jazz fans don't watch basketball; they just watch the Jazz. I've heard that. Oh, and then this is the last thing. So I know we kind of skipped over Shaq, but that's really just the theory about Shaq. And we kind of got to Dwight Howard. That was a good little thing. But I just got a question about how we was robbed of basketball history, or at least excellent amount of basketball in the early 2000s because LeBron and Wade never had a playoff series. That's just it. And I just think that's kind of crazy that we never got a LeBron versus Wade playoff series, and they was the first and second best players in that conference. And then the first and second best players in that conference end up playing together. So we just never got it. I almost think that's bullshit.
Mm-hmm. I believe that. I always thought that kind of fucked up basketball when he went to Miami. Like, I felt like it fucked up basketball.
Did it? I didn't think it fucked up basketball.
After that, I felt like everyone was like, you know what? We don't got to stay loyal to a team. Even though niggas was getting traded, like the star player that like was like the icon at that place wasn't really leaving. Like,
but we can't blame that on them though.
I feel like that's when it started.
To a degree, like it probably made it a little bit more prevalent as far as like, oh, the star players are realizing the power that they have. But at the same time, like deeper than just like that, the way the CBA is written and the way like these meetings between the player organizations and the NBA work, like something in the contract was written a certain way and they just extorted it. Yeah. So it was going to happen regardless because of how much money was starting to come into these big markets versus these smaller markets. Like there's not as much incentive to stay with those teams.
Yeah, but they even took pay cuts to be together and win rings. You don't think that I'm almost with them. I don't really like holding that against them cats, but like I'm really almost with them. That really fucked up the game.
Yeah, I felt like everyone was trying to get like the super team after that.
And to keep it a buck with you, that's why I don't feel bad for LeBron that he lost to the Warriors that many times. Because like if he would have never went to Miami, KD wouldn't have even had the thought to go to Golden State. I promise you that. So he like he's almost like that was his karma. Like you almost got what you deserved.
I can agree with that. But which one is like more bad?
KD, 100%.
No, not that. But like taking a pay cut to go win the rings, or going to win the rings and still making my on par dollar, or if not making more money. Because I would assume that the Warriors deal may not have been as lucrative as the Oklahoma deal, but at the same time, like I didn't lose tens, 20s of millions of dollars either.
Yeah, well, but that's what I'm saying. I almost think like it's just a domino effect of what LeBron put down, because I honestly think no superstar would have thought to take a pay cut to team up with other mad superstars if it wasn't for LeBron doing it first.
I mean, KG, Ray Allen.
Yeah, but they was getting traded, and they sat in these conferences losing to some of the greatest teams of all time. Like, there was nothing KG and Ray Allen was doing to those Lakers teams or those Spurs teams. So them leaving, like, was almost accurate. Like, I could feel that. And it ain't like they was ever one of the top 1, 2, or 3 players in the league, if you ask me personally. But, like, LeBron was like King James. He's already to go. He's the number 1 player in the league. But, like, he go leave and go team up with Dwayne Wade. That almost, to me, shows that you're not the number 1 player.
Yeah. And that's how I always felt. That shit, when that shit happened, I stopped looking at basketball the same because I was like, damn. Like, there used to be even when I was young, like watching Bulls games because I'm a Bulls fan. Like, and that's how I am. I'm just loyal to that. Like, no matter we lose, we win, I'm a Bulls fan. And I feel like the players were like that. It was like, win or lose, like, we'll fight on this court. And basketball was exciting to watch when I was young.
That's true.
And that's why even like for me personally as a Laker fan, it's even like just because the way the game is, it's even hard for me to even stay loyal to a team. Because like I was never an Anthony Davis fan like that. Contrary to popular belief, I actually am a LeBron fan. But like Paul George been my man from day one. So like I just follow him everywhere he goes. So like when people be like, "You're a Clippers fan," I honestly just lean into it. Yeah, sure, I am. I fuck with the Clippers. Go Clippers. Hope they win a ring. Just because they got my man on there. And now that they got Westbrook, like I'm saying, I just lean into it. How you a Clippers and a Laker fan? I don't know. How did the rest of these superstars just keep jumping from team to team? I got to cheer for the Suns, too, because I like KD. I got to cheer for the Mavs, too, because I like Kyrie. Like, it's just, like, dudes just jumping around, and it's honestly confusing because, like, do you like the player or do you like the team?
You like the plantation. Multiple plantations. He said, I'm an investor.
I'm cooning out here.
He's great like Kanye West is. This nigga is the low, but this is the great value Kanye.
Great value Kanye, dog. Fuck it off, man. Fuck it off, nigga. I'm with the system, all right? Fuck these niggas. I'm with the system, bro. I'm going to clip this stuff. That nigga going to be... Oh, my God. That shit about to be funny as fuck, nigga. Yo, that's about to be funny as hell, man.
Can we finally get to this? Because we've been holding this topic for a long time. Prioritizing bullshit.
Yeah. So we probably need to elaborate a little bit because I think what we was trying to say was how a lot of the times we prioritize bullshit. Like it's almost like you're prioritizing drinking, going to the club, clothes, fucking bitches, and like all of that is like realistically you almost get nowhere with those on your priority list.
We misguided priorities, you know, like I believe it's more prevalent in our culture, like black culture, because we're told like we supposed to look like this, like we supposed to dress nice, like we supposed to.
You have to hold yourself in a higher value.
Higher value. My mom always was like, you better, no, don't put those shoes on. Put those shoes on. Even though, you know, I wanted to put on the dirty shoes and run outside because it was like my favorite shoes at the time or whatever. Mm-hmm. She was like, no, you're a representation of me. So every time you step out here, you better be looking right. Like, and so sometimes self-consciously, I might be like, shit. It might just be like something since I was a kid, like, oh, I got to have these fresh clothes. I got to have these new J's. And then, shit, you might move some bills over to buy some bullshit. You know, you might have to, this girl might text you, she in town today, and you might skip work just to go hit the box. Like every girl in the world don't got box. Like, I feel like sometimes we just prioritize the wrong thing, and we push it, like it's pushed in, and we push it to everyone.
What was the situation that like y'all went through that made y'all realize you was prioritizing bullshit over something important?
Honestly, when I was moving back out here from Salt Lake, it almost just made me realize it. Like when I was like, when we got put out, well, not got put out the apartment, when the lease was up, and you know, my finances was all fucked up, and I was just like, shit, I'm just about to go stay with one of my parents. And then like when, you know, I'm arguing with them about me staying with them, one day I just looked around and I was just like, nigga, I got all these sneakers and ain't got nowhere to go. Or just like the way like playing video games actually, like that's another thing. People don't want to be honest about video games. Video games is a crazy vice too.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
That was me calling in to fucking play Madden, playing the Madden League. Let my relationship go to shit to playing the Madden League. Like that was me too. People don't never want to admit that about video games. Video games are just as addicting as drugs and alcohol. to keep it a hot beam with you if you can't, you know what I'm saying, if you can't control it.
Yeah, because you'll be on there talking, and your girl asking for some attention, and you paying attention to the game.
Yep, that was me. 100% it was. I ain't gonna lie.
And
So like it was
I've done that shit too.
that whole Salt Lake situation just made me always realize I was prioritizing bullshit. Especially when I got like down bad and had to start just selling shoes, just getting quick pair of shoes off of some random at my job or something like that. Like and then like even then it was like certain pairs of shoes I wouldn't sell where I'd be like, nope, can't get rid of these.
These the ones, these them.
I gotta keep my Jordan 6s because that nigga I stood in line for these bitches. So like yeah. It was a lot, that whole situation to kind of, you know what I mean?
What about you?
Shoot, mine was having my first kid. When I had and it still didn't like super change because I was still like, me and my first, like my daughter's mother weren't together, so like I was still. But one of my biggest vices is women, and I always say that it's like, he'll tell you like a list I made a few years ago. I put box on my list of priorities, like. And it took me a while to get out of that because anything, like even right now, like with the loss in my family and all that, like every time I felt like bad or something, I just go get some, I'll be like, sex is going to fix this. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get some box right quick. And it took me a long time and still sometimes it's almost like being an addict or something. Mm-hmm. And I'll revert to that. And then I got to like step back and assess again. But yeah, it was when I had my daughter, I realized like how I was spending my money, just like not even really thinking about it, being like, oh, it's gonna come back. Like I'm gonna get paid next week again. So
that's some of the shit that I miss. Like as like a kid, is being able to prioritize some of that bullshit. Because some of your best memories come from doing some of that bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly though, if I could go back, I think I would have probably tried to get a lot of shit in my life together first before I started doing bullshit.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, that was always the plan. And then, like, I don't know, then once I just almost discovered liquor, that's when it was just like, nigga, I might as well just go get drunk. I ain't got nothing better to do.
Oh, yeah.
I'm stressed out. I might as well just go get drunk. And even nowadays, like, I still fall into a lot of, you know, just buying shit for no reason. But, like, I buy a lot of shit, but, like, honestly, that's why I started leaving the house like this. Because in my head, I'm trying to program myself to be like, yeah, nigga, you got all these sneakers, but at the end of the day, them shits don't matter. It almost just turned into a lot of this shit turned into like collector's items or like a hobbies before it even get to like a thing in my head to where I'm like, nah, nigga, I gotta be the freshest nigga out. Cause like I really don't gotta be. What I gotta go do, get fresh for some niggas that ain't even gonna remember me.
Facts. I be wanting to be on my, I guess J. Cole is the closest example of that.
Yep, 100%.
Like I'm gonna be able to wear just regular shit, and you're just you either gonna fuck with it or you're not.
And a lot of times I realize that, not even a lot of times, like most recently I realized the shit don't matter because when I went to the summer league over there in Salt Lake, I ran into a nigga that we used to be at the club with. Nigga, I'm giving this nigga the head nod. He look at me like he don't even know who I was. Nigga turned around and kept on walking, and I was like, all right. That's what I was just like, yeah, I was like, that's what I'm saying. You go get dressed for niggas who ain't even gonna remember you.
Yeah.
I'm walking over to talk to the nigga just because I remembered him, and he turned around. Act like he don't know who I was. And he probably don't.
Little shit like that be making me like mad in my core, but at the same time, like I know like ain't no reason to be mad about it.
Yeah.
As tight as you want to be about it, it's also like you accept that fact of, all right, well, this nigga got his own life. I don't know what he been on. Like, it just sucks. Like, damn, this person had real estate in my head, a little bit of real estate in my head, and now when I can actually see what's up, see how they're doing, do like a thing that you thought was like a good thing, they don't remember you. They don't remember like all the other shit that like happened before.
Right.
Yeah. Also, on prioritizing bullshit, when my dad passed and I went out there, because I don't really see that side of my family or anything. Like, we don't really talk or nothing. And when I went out there, like, I seen how they was living. Like, they live, you know, they're just less fortunate than we are, like, on like houses and stuff, but they going to like they don't know how they gonna keep their lights on, but they go into the football game. They're going to the Pittsburgh Steelers game. And I'm like, well, shit, you could put some of that chili towards this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They trying to figure out a scheme to get gas to go to Cleveland and go see to Cleveland to go see a Cavs game and shit. And I'm like, they going to Top Golf. They out every night drinking liquor and stuff. And they like, well, I don't know how I'm gonna pay this. They ain't got no food in the fridge. I'm like, that's. And then I seen that, and I seen how old they were, and I'm like, I don't want to be that old and be living like that. And I will if I prioritize like them. Mm-hmm. You got to look at other people. Like the smartest people learn from other people. So you got to see around you. So when I see shit like that, I'm like, no, I got to step my game up. Like, we can't do that. Maybe these shoes don't need to be bought. Maybe just save it. And sometimes saving, like, there's so much now where they be like, oh, don't save the dollar. The dollar's going to crash. The dollar's going to crash. So everybody's like, you know what, fuck it. The world's going to end. Like, the dollar's going to crash and everybody going like this. But they just saying that, so they stock go up. So they stocks and all that shit go up. But, save some goddamn money and have a backup plan.
I feel like there's a lot of those lessons that just come around like periodically for me. Like they come up when I need it the most.
Yeah.
And we talk about it. It's been a big theme for the last couple of pods, but just accountability.
Yeah.
Like there's that something in me that like if I'm doing some bullshit or I be grounded and I have a second to like really look at where I'm at and I'm like what is really going on here? Like why am I here in this situation right now when I could be doing X, Y, and Z? Or you was just complaining about the same shit last week and look at where you're at. In the same environment, in the same type of you ain't make no type of change for it, So when those lessons come around, I'm always mad thankful for it.
And actually one of my mentor, I would probably call him a mentor, but he's like a family member, mentor. Like he kind of navigates me through music because he had his music thing and he failed, and I just learned from him, and that's kind of how I even made Black Sushi, is because I wanted to teach people how to fish. Because a lot of people, when it comes to like music and stuff, they'll keep it away from you. Like they won't give you the information. And with him, he gave me the information. I was always like, I'm gonna give the information. I'm gonna feed the people. It's Black Sushi. So that's what that's all about. And then, but he told me, people, like broke people are so used to being broke that they feel uncomfortable when they have money. So they go buy shit to be broke again to feel comfortable.
Yeah, and that's almost like what I was saying last week when I'm like, people are just loyal to their comfort. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're just like, I was telling my mom yesterday, my mom asked me about somebody that I used to work with, and we just kind of started talking about her a little bit, and I was like, low key, I was like, she was just so addicted to the struggle that like she just almost kind of kept struggling. Like she was just addicted. You know what I'm saying? Some people be addicted to the comfort, like just because you don't know no better.
Comfort and complacency for sure.
Yeah, the unknown like scares you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's happening? Oh, you good? You good? Yeah. Yeah, we shooting a little pod.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, but people just be loyal to their comfort. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it ain't even.
So I advise everybody to, save some chili, man. Save some of your chili beans for a rainy day, cause they gonna come. It's gonna rain. My grandpa always said, in every man's life, it must rain.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you said something about when somebody putting you on, basically. Like, y'all got gatekeepers y'all got beef with? Or people that you went to for information, but they didn't ever tell you the full scope, so you had to learn it on your own. Do you ever have those people you not resent, but
I did back my younger days, not doing the greatest things in life, taking them risks. I was always like, how you do this, until I found out, but part of that is from them not wanting you to be in that lifestyle, like them trying to save you from making them mistakes. And sometimes my naiveness was like, nah, nigga, I want money. I want the chili. I'm trying to be like y'all. And I envied that at one point in time, but I don't think no one really kept any information from me that I really, really needed.
Yeah, I don't have like nothing specific, but like it just be a few times where like, you know, you ask certain people certain questions, you know, about just about anything, especially when it come to like music and social media. Like, and I feel like this is a public service announcement. Saying just keep grinding is gatekeeping.
Yeah, absolutely.
Saying just keep going is gatekeeping.
Like, keep going where?
If I ask you how, there needs to be a step-by-step process, not just keep going. That's gatekeeping. If you know what I'm saying? Like, if you ahead of me in something and I got the humility to ask you and all this is just keep working. No, nigga, that's gatekeeping.
Thanks. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And a lot of the stuff when it comes to like, you know, situations like this, like podcasting, rapping, being an entrepreneur in general, there's no one way to do it. So if I'm asking you steps about your journey, you need to tell me about your journey, not just keep going. That's gatekeeping.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's not like I'm trying to bite your style, but like I need something to go off of. If I have this instinctual idea and you got to where you want to be, it's not that I'm trying to be in your lane, but I want to be next to you.
Right.
I want to be like getting in that direction, and then if I decide to veer off and do my own thing,
I think that's why like even the Atlanta music industry, like the music, like Atlanta was running it so dominant, is because of that, because they was giving them the step-by-step process.
Yeah.
They get on and put on, get on and put on.
But I feel like a lot of like the West, like, because I consider us being on the West, like I feel like our Western part is like crabs in a barrel type thing, where we hate to see the next man doing either just as good or better than us. Mm-hmm. And I'm not that type of person. I'm not hating on no. I feel like you don't need to hate.
Do you think that's a location thing, or you think that's a cultural thing? You think white people on the West Coast have that problem?
Yes. I feel like that's where we learn it.
What do you mean? Maybe they just don't want to tell us because we're not white.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying, do you think they keep that from their own culture?
Oh, from
their own people?
I feel like
in a way, yeah.
I feel like because like
I mean, I don't know. I'm just asking what y'all think.
I've lived in houses and things with white folks, and they be hating too. Like they be like, no, I don't want that motherfucker to know how I did this and how I did that. Like,
and even deeper, like they got these different fraternities, or people look at you a certain way. Oh, you went to, not just like on some I root for this sports team, but you went to the U, or you went to BYU, or you went to Yale, you went to Harvard. Like they look at you a certain type of way, and it's a different type of competition. Because I can almost put myself in the shoe of a white person and be like, well, there's really, I don't think they think like this just because this is a black mind state, but there's somebody that looks just like me that wants to do exactly what I'm doing, and I'm not to where I think I should be yet. That may be gatekeeping. But
no, that's definitely gatekeeping.
But at the same time, like it shouldn't be that way, because the more you amplify, the more your connections are made, the more, in a sense, you're gonna get built up because all those other connections you made lead back to you.
Right.
I always want everybody, like even like in music, like I want people that I feel like are up to par or better than me, so I could, because steel sharpens steel. It's gonna pressure me to get better.
Absolutely.
If I'm in the room with a bunch of Weenie Hut Juniors, I'm just sitting here being lame, and I'm not even improving. I'm not getting better. So I want to be near the best, so I could become the best. And then I want somebody to see me as the best and want to be around me because of that.
And even in like just deep-rooted white culture, or like even looking at colonization and shit, like they weren't they weren't trying to put people on and put people in positions to have power. They were trying to conquer for themselves. They ultimately had more greed.
Yeah, see, but then you bringing it there is exactly why I asked if it's a cultural thing, because maybe the white plight is actually to keep anybody that doesn't look like them below them.
Yeah.
I think that's really what I was getting at. So like, yeah, like in certain white cultures, I guess like, yeah, they're probably, if somebody's a manager over, I don't know, Apple, they're probably going to keep the next man down just because they don't want to lose their spot and bring up whoever they want. But I think that's why I was asking if it's a cultural thing, because like it's almost just like in the grand scheme of things, white people conquered for the sake of white. But like, and I think because of that, even like black people sometimes get stuck competing with each other at the bottom for nothing.
Yes.
That's almost what I was getting at.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of extra competition within just the black community that's more prevalent than it is in the white communities.
Right.
And it doesn't need to be that way, especially when there's all this stuff that says there's strength in numbers. Like, for instance, like Phil, like with his clothing line. Like, there's been a bunch of people that want to like beef with him and have certain tips with him, but they're not even running the same race at the same time.
Yeah.
They just be in the same relative location, but on two completely different paths, and they don't ever see it that way. They just see him as competition. It's like, nah, we could help each other.
Yeah, and that's what I even say is like, even with clothing, because like I make my clothing, but it's like merch. It's like merch for my music, my whole brand, and like I see his stuff, and I'm like, damn, I want that piece and that piece and that piece, because I want to, like, first off, I want to support my people that I known and I see around, and like, there's no, like, when you went to school, when you was living, you don't wear the same thing every day. Like, I'm not just, I wear black sushi a lot, but I'm not going to wear black sushi every day because I just dress how I feel. Like, sometimes I don't feel like wearing it. And I feel like you should support him or support Cam. Like, there's nothing wrong with supporting other people and letting your people elevate. Like, everyone can eat. It's not like I feel like everybody feels like there's one plate at the table.
Right. And shout out to Soul Biome, because they shit is mad fire.
Yeah.
All this shit is dope, for real.
Hell yeah. Sponsored the podcast, man. Put out a pod capsule, man.
Matter of fact, Phil, every time I see Phil, it's mad love. Come get a seat, man. Come get a seat.
Come talk to us, man.
We'll chop it up with you over here. That should be some comedy, actually, because that nigga's funny, too.
Hey, like, we got to get my man on here. That boy got some experiences. He is hilarious, man.
Yeah, Phil be wilding. Like I'm saying, I only met the nigga a couple times, but like he was always good people. He was always me and him laughing together. Like, and only know each other through you, pretty much. But like every time I see that nigga, he show mad love, and we just be.
No, I seen him around and stuff, and like, my family went to his dad's church, and like, so I known him like since he was young. Like, I was like, and to see him now and see him booming, I'm like, I like to see that. I want to see more of that.
And that's my bad. Go ahead.
No, I just want to see more people win that I know.
Yeah, and even to conclude all that, that's why the saying, I was just trying to find it in my phone because I typed it in before. It was if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Hell yeah.
Niggas get further on the journey together than they do separate.
Gang shit.
It's no use for everybody to keep running the same race differently when everybody could be running it together.
That's gonna be a fire clip. Oh, I see you. Yeah.
I know, shit. These clips might be all right, huh?
We gonna get these.
You going viral.
We need to put that. What's the little sad music that be on TikTok? You just was. Put those behind the motivational clips. Turn them bitches black and white. Nigga is going viral.
I'm going Kevin Samuels out here.
Listen, we figuring out the algorithms. Fuck the gatekeeping. We coming.
Yeah, we gonna tell y'all the algorithm. All you gotta do is get in this Discord that I'm gonna get when I start winning this gambling money. Somebody put a IG catfish. People that look better on the internet than in real life. Man,
there's a lot of those.
Have y'all ever had that?
Boy.
Y'all ever had the
So I don't think like me personally ever like experienced a woman that looked better on that I slid in her DMs and she looked better on IG than real life. But what I will say is like some of my female friends be looking bad on Instagram, but then when I see them in real life, I'm like, no, yeah, she's still fine. But I swear on the internet, it's crazy.
Yeah, you know, I think
I don't think that's
I think it would
catfishing.
on like back in the day, like MySpace days.
That's when it was catfishing.
I'm aging
Yeah.
myself because they used to have to know how to do that shit, like Photoshop.
Right.
Nowadays, they just got an app and they just go crazy, so anyone could do it. So it's like, yeah, that booty don't look like that. Like that shit low key
See, you looking at
flat.
You looking at the physical features. I'll just be looking at the face card, and the face card difference just be crazy.
Oh yeah, some of them be crazy, man. I've been catfished.
Like how you got
Young.
how you got the filter and 10 pounds of makeup on right now.
Yeah.
Like-
See all of that. See, I could agree with that.
Like I shouldn't.
But
If I was to like do something with a white girl, I shouldn't be like kissing her and then come away looking like I'm a coke addict.
oh yeah,
Like that shouldn't be happening.
I hate that, man. I hate too much makeup. Too much makeup is crazy. I rather, like me myself, I'm that loving basketball type nigga. So I like a girl that could just wear some sweats and shit, put the hair in a bun, and we off.
See, I wanted to take that a different direction, but I'm gonna let that go real quick.
I'm about to have to be getting bleeped because you know who look mad good on Instagram, but like in real life, I'm like, yeah, all right.
Who?
The one they use would be like, that's my baby mama, nigga. She is so bad on Instagram. But in real life, I just be like, all right, man. I'm like, it's still the same looking.
No, she bad, man.
She's all right. It's probably just because I'm not very
But
fond
I
of
wasn't
that
even
person.
saying catfish is just in people. I meant like even like some people make the lifestyle on the internet look so crazy.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's really not like that.
But that's all social media is now. It's just digital currency.
Yeah.
It's just something to give you some type of classification to who you are. Like if I were to post religiously, I'm sure like my followers would go crazy, but I don't. But when I'm out, people know me, meet me, and they know me as such and such friend, and then they come to my Instagram and it's nothing like how they saw me, met me, or they don't perceive me as this type of person. But that's all social media is just what do you want people to know or perceive you as, not who you really are.
Yeah, it's a random highlight reel that you just, you know what I'm saying? My mom always run with this corny statement where she's like, everybody on the internet is not who they post to be. And like post is like a double entendre. And I'm like, Mom, that's so corny, all right? But you're right. Yeah. You're right.
That's
corny,
why I
but you're
appreciate them. Like, have you ever seen like on TikTok where the niggas cooking the dirty ass, trap ass kitchens? Mm-hmm. And they don't even be using like real forks and shit. They be just using like crazy shit to cut. I be like, damn, these niggas is real. These niggas is real.
And they keep it a bean. Sometimes I feel like that's why I don't be going up on social media because I'm like, nigga, I just be living regular. Like, and I'm thinking in my head like, if I go hop in that Ford over there, niggas gonna be like, he ain't got no money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's a rapper nigga, but like, that's what he's driving on. I'm like, hey, man, it's my winter whip,
That's
dog.
the journey.
I ain't scared of the winter whip.
You know what I'm saying? I always appreciate
I
the
drive that
come
shit on
up journey.
purpose.
Like, I see people now, like me and Jordan, we used to watch this dude, Kevin Edwards, like his vlogs, and he used to live just like us. Like, and he was struggling, like he had lost his car, got impounded, all crazy ass shit. And now, man, this man got like a multi-million-dollar company. He got 2 garages full of cars, and it's like when you see stuff like that and you see a person's growth, it's way better than just seeing someone at the top.
And have y'all ever thought about how there's mad people that got anxieties and have all these insecurities, and then they hop on social media and perceive something that isn't them, or like they portray something that isn't them with no insecurities, none of that shit, and then they're letting it go to thousands of people, millions of people, and they don't get that same reaction, and it's only amplifying their securities.
I see a lot
100%.
of women follow a alpha bitch. They're gonna follow the alpha bitch, and whatever she thinks and what she posts, they emulate that. But that's not really you. So when I meet you, it's like, nah, you ain't shit. To be honest.
And to add to that, to what you were saying, I don't think you should be allowed to post on social media and ask 50 people a bunch of questions. No, 50, okay, hold up. I don't think you should be able to post a lot on social media and ask the same question to 40 different people and say, oh shit, I got anxiety. Because you're not helping your anxiety by putting 40 different ideas in your brain and going to social media and letting strangers dictate your next move.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that should be allowed.
It shouldn't be, because even when I feel like when I ask people questions on social media, it's not so much for like that I crave their feedback, but sometimes feedback is good.
Yeah.
But when it gets to a certain point where I'm doubting my decision making, nah, I can't do that.
That's exactly what I mean.
Should never do that, because then you're gonna lose track of who you are just to your core, and then it's just all bad from there.
Yeah. And that's just something, like, I think the new age, and like I even make my kids like put down phones and like really do something, like, because I feel like we are controlled by these phones and like social media and how things. No, enjoy your life, enjoy who you are. You know what I mean? So, and that's what one thing I want to teach my kids more than anything is like enjoy who you are, be who you are. I'm not just gonna make you into nothing. Like, yeah, you will respect me and like you're gonna do your homework and shit, but still be who you are. Dress how you want to dress. You ain't gotta dress how. I mean, I'm gonna buy the clothes, but if you see something you like, I'll buy it for you.
Daddy, I want some Skims.
Oh no, we ain't doing that. Maybe when you get in like high school, yeah, you could get you some Skims and do your whole little thing because that's what you want to do. But
He said, "I'll give
as
you."
a younger, my daughter's 6.
as a toddler,
we ain't not doing that at 6. In first grade, we're not doing that. Skims in first grade is crazy.
Hey, somebody put on there your drunkest story. I could go first. Mine wasn't even that bad. So, for one, I don't drink Patron. Because anytime you drink, I'm a tequila drinker, but I don't drink Patron. Because anytime you drink Patron, and Casamigos for that matter, somehow you're throwing up off of those tequilas and not any other one. At least for me personally. So yeah, man, we get together one time. It was just random July afternoon. Motherfuckers barbecue. It was a July evening. Motherfuckers barbecuing. We in the house. We playing Super Smash Bros. Waiting for a lot of other people to get there. Like, I don't know what happened. It's back-to-back shots. Blah blah blah. Everybody just taking shots. I bought a whole other bottle of Patron too. I don't even drink Patron. I don't remember who. Somebody at work gifted me that thing. So we just back-to-back blah blah. Nigga, it was the same day. It was that same summer where Kawhi Leonard had the whole NBA held hostage. I'm thinking, bro, going to the Lakers. He go to the Clippers, and immediately the liquor just hit me. I'm hot, nigga. Hot, crying and shit, because the nigga went to the fucking Clippers. Next thing I know, I'm on the toilet throwing up.
Damn.
Throwing up, crying, because Kawhi Leonard went to the Lakers, nigga. Cut my fucking hand, broke a bottle, cut my hand and shit. I got blood all over my
nigga, you
pink
blacked
tee.
out.
He said, come to find out, I cut my hand.
No, I'm telling you, it was a come to find out story. And then when you show the videos, because my girl at the time was with me, so when you show the videos, it's just, it's always a video of one of us laying on the floor and the other one just huddled up over the toilet. One of us laying on the floor, the other one huddled up on the toilet. And finally, she in the fucking bathroom passed out. I'm crawling outside the motherfucking bathroom trying to get to somebody to find a ride home. I don't even remember how I do remember her uncle came and picked us up. Yeah. And I slept like the whole next day, nigga. Kawhi Leonard, you had me in shambles, nigga, because you went to the Clippers, bro.
Damn.
What about you? What's your drunkest story?
And that wasn't even as lit like as it probably could have been, but when people, I'm telling you, if you look at the videos, it's real bad. So like when people send them videos, I'm like, hey bro, delete that out your
Oh,
phone.
they got video evidence?
Yeah, it's video evidence.
yeah.
It was
I
on
ain't know
Twitter,
that. But one
all
thing-
kind of shit for a minute. And I was like,
one thing
nigga,
I'll
get
say
that
about
off, man.
Patron is the only tequila that I drink and it doesn't hit me right then. It's like takes a moment for it to hit. Every other tequila I'll take and it hits me right then. So that's why Patron is dangerous.
And that shit is nasty. Patron, don't sponsor us.
Wait a minute.
If you want to come sponsor us,
a
I'm
minute.
sipping Patron and he's sipping it
It's a
too.
majority vote.
Fair enough.
Patron, he don't have to drink none. I'll drink it.
If I'm outvoted 2-1, we got it. Fuck it.
You gonna be drinking Patron margaritas or something, nigga.
Shit.
That should be lit, low key.
See, before my tequila drinking days, that's where like, as a young boy, I was glad I didn't start drinking tequila because I would have been even worse. But I was drinking vodka back in these days. This was my first year on campus when I first moved out. I was on my own, no parental supervision. Nigga, I was the man, and I was there for hoop, so I automatically thought I was the guy. We had been there for maybe 2 weeks. Man, all the upperclassmen, all the older people like that didn't have to be there for freshman orientation start coming in. And now it's just a whole plethora of more people that I would have never thought I would be interacting with. Like, it was mad niggas from Chicago, girls from Chicago, girls from overseas. Like, it just random places, honestly.
Yeah.
But, like, it wasn't like a big school either. I think the most students we had was, like, 900. So it was like a graduating class at Clearfield, honestly. But we're out here, and, you know, like, when one person knows of or is throwing a party, everybody knows of the party. And we had these little spots in town that were like one was like a bar that was like a hole in the wall, and another one was kind of out on the outskirts of town. Like, it wasn't far. It was like maybe 5-6 minutes. But you drive out there, and that's where, like, there's a dance floor. Like, niggas go to, like, there's a bowling alley there. You drink there. You watch the games there. It's a good little spot.
Yeah.
And before we go over there, everybody's pre-gaming either in the dorms or they're going to the upperclassmen suites. And being on the basketball team, there was a couple older guys that had the suite.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're freshmen, you know, we're drinking together. Like, it's a dry campus, so, like, you're congregating, like, super pause, but, like, 10 niggas in one room because they're all your homies, but everybody's drinking, pre-gaming and shit. So I don't have any idea how I'm doing with alcohol because up to this point, like, I'm 18, I ain't drank nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, it was bad. So I started drinking there. I started pre-gaming. I may have taken, like, six shots in, like, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm still, and to my knowledge, I'm holding my own still. Like, I'm doing good. Like, we could take a couple more and I'll be straight. So we go for, like, another 30 minutes on top of that. Of just drinking. I had me a drink. We slowed down off of shots, so we're chilling. It's time to get up and go. I stood up for the first time that entire night. Boy.
He had the Bambi legs.
Boy. Nigga, I don't think I made it all the way up, to be honest. I think I may have, like, went up and then felt it. I was like, oh, let me sit down for a second. Fell right back down. I sat down for another 2 minutes. Was like, that was strange. Stood back up, held my own, but then we walked from our dorm to the suites. And it's not a long walk, but it's like a good 5-minute walk from one side to the other. So I'm, like, feeling it the more and more, like, we get closer and closer to the suites. We get up there, and by this point, like, back then, I had no idea, like, how I was truly feeling, but, like, me as an experienced drinker now, I was definitely tipsy. Already tipsy, like, borderline drunk. We take, like, 3 more shots there, and the suite's not very big. Like, to be honest, like, the set where we shoot at was probably, like, half of that was the living room.
Damn.
And there was like 25, 30 people in there. Good ratio. of girls like that I saw during freshman orientation. Some of them were the counselors. A couple others were upperclassmen moving in. So I thought I was about to be in my bag, because it didn't help that like I was a light-skinned dude from Utah coming into a new spot, like where I thought, oh, I'm just the shit, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm talking to this one shorty. We're chopping it up. Had a good little conversation. It lasted for maybe like 20 minutes. And, you know, you called it in the club love, but it was early caking. But we stayed there, kept pre-gaming for like another 45 minutes, and then we go to the spot that's out off the town. And by this time, I am drunk, nigga. Like I don't remember the first like hour, 2 hours that we were there. And like there's homies there with me, so like it's not like I feel like I'm in any danger or like I'm acting belligerent. Yeah. But like I was drunk, moving around, group to group, like people, like just not just girls, just people in general talking about bullshit. And that shorty that I was talking to earlier, I talked with her, and in my head I'm thinking I'm gonna play it smooth. I'm gonna be back at her dorm, yada yada, do the thing. I get her number, cool. I'm ecstatic, super hype. I end up talking to like some other girl that like came up to me first. And I'm talking to her, yada, yada, and because she was so bold, yeah. I was like, fuck it. Yeah, you got my number if you want it. Slide her my number. Was she the most attractive John there? No. But I'm
You got the booger wolf?
No. Wasn't a booger wolf.
She
was attractive to somebody.
Yeah, okay.
She was attractive.
She was a
That's
5?
Crazy statement.
She was attractive to somebody.
Okay, she was a...
But nigga, the night goes on and I just get drunker and drunker. And by this time, I am fucked up. It was like 2 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning. We make our way back to the suites, call ourselves, doing a little after party, keep drinking, keep partying, woo. I get a text, and in my head, I'm thinking it's the first shorty. So I'm like, hell yeah, I'm hyped. I told all them, y'all go home, y'all going to sleep by yourself, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking my shit. I walk out of this dorm, dog, and do the little 5-minute walk, trying to get myself ready, thinking about what my first move's going to make, blah, 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 whatever. Yeah. And the dorms are locked, like at a certain point in time. So I ain't have no key card to get in the girls' dorm. There's a little brick that they just left in the bottom of the shit. So I get in there. I'm walking up to her room. I'm talking myself up, nigga. I'm like, let's go. We got it. We good. We have to come in here and do the thing. First college experience, nigga. I walk into the dorm room, dark as shit. I was like, all right, no lights on. We just getting right to it. I thought we was going to have some type of conversation, you know, chill, woo-woo, and then get to it. It was all dark. And it, like, your eyes adjust and you get a little bit of the moonlight from the window. Like, now you can see where you're going. And the conversation I had with her earlier, she stayed by herself. And a lot of the other dorms, I didn't know, like, no matter if you got a single or if you had a double as a single, like, sometimes they just come with a bunk bed. She had a single, but it was, like, big enough to be a double, but she had, like, a bunk bed. So I get in, I'm like, she's like, yeah, I'm in the bed. Come here, come in the bed. And I get in the bed, and I reach my hand out, just try to like touch and feel like where I'm at. And I felt her leg, bro. And I was like, wait a minute.
He said this leg too big to be the first piece.
I was like, wait a minute.
This leg too big to be the first piece.
Nigga.
He said, I know she was smaller than that.
Wait, hold on.
Hey. He said, her shit big as mine. This nigga was like, that's not my own thigh, nigga.
He said, I'm hitting myself.
He said, that leg was too big to be the first piece, man. That's crazy.
Man, and I'm 18 from Utah, bro. I don't have like... I got a different type of dog in me, but it's not like a dog for real. So, like, I didn't, like, touch and be like, what the fuck? And, like, just completely embarrass her. I touched her. I was like, this isn't right. I went up to the knee. The knee, same proportion. I was like, oh, no. I know exactly who it is. was the second shorty.
She said she looked like Janet Jackson.
So did you crack?
Dog, I'm 18.
Oh, he cracked. You got to say the age. I was 16.
I'm 18.
Hey,
still a God-fearing man. Like no type of nothing.
He ate the box, too. That's what
No, hold on now. Hold on. That's a little bit too much smut. It's enough on Keys.
Oh.
Hey, man, at least you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was 18, nigga. I saw it through.
He took it down.
Saw it through. Take it down. Now, listen, this version is way more PG than the real version. We talk about there's video evidence of you. Nigga, I was so drunk, I went back to the homies. After it was done, I found a way to fake my way out of that. Like, I didn't finish. Nobody finished. So I called myself trying to see it through, and I couldn't see it through. Anyway. I get back to the dorm, nigga, and I'm just two of my dudes is in there, like, just sitting there chilling, talking, playing like 2K or something. I get in there.
Yeah.
I sit a wooden chair down. Boom. They had, like, a bottle of, like, some Smirnoff or some shit. I grabbed that bottle of Smirnoff and started pulling and started telling them the story. He's my best friend one of my best friends to this day. This nigga had his phone out and was recording the entire story. And because I'm drunk, not only am I putting sauce on it, I am just doing the absolute most with this story, making it just so much worse, dog.
Dude.
But that's
Comedy.
That's probably the drunkest I've been. Now, there is other times where I've been mad drunk and it ends in a W. Cam attributed to one of those, but...
Okay. No, let me think. I got a whole bunch of drunk stories, but let me think of the
I don't
closest
even
one.
think you even need to tell a drunk story. You done told so much stories of you doing some crazy shit that, like, you can skip this if you want. You done had your jeans to the ankles. I think the fact that you got pissed on was the most drunk story, too.
That's crazy. He wasn't drunk, though.
She was, my bad.
She was.
Yeah, she was drunk, and then I'll just give you the synopsis of the
part 3 of Coming to Find Out.
Yeah, let's say it like
Coming
this.
to Find Out
I'm
story.
in Vegas, right?
All right.
We at Tao, like the day party at Tao.
Is this in the summer or when is it? Is it summer?
Summertime. Pool party at Tao at the top.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole vibe. It's a whole vibe. Got the table. It costs chili. We got the bottles coming. I'm sipping mojitos at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was my wave for a second, just the mojito. So I'm probably like, I'm coming off a night where we went to Top Golf and all that. I was already drunk. Man, I started drinking that morning. I hadn't ate nothing, and you always got to eat. So I ordered some food.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is this before or after the Gene incident?
This is before. This
is your learning moment.
This is my learning.
Got you. Okay.
Learning. So I ordered some food. Well, one of the people in the group was trying to bring his own sandwiches inside the. I was like, they ain't gonna let you bring your own sandwiches. Just buy something when you in here. They're like, he tried to bring weed brownies and all types of shit. They're like, I'm like, man, they're not gonna let you with that shit in here. Man, let me tell you, I grabbed one of my. I had a quesadilla. I grabbed a piece of my quesadilla. I turned around. I'm talking to some females. I turn back around. My food gone. Meanwhile, this shit costs chili to eat here. I'm like, shh, my daughter ain't even born at this time. So, and I'm smoking cigars. Every time I go to Vegas, I don't know what it is, I'll be smoking cigars. So I'm smoking cigars, I'm drinking, I'm getting faded to the motherfucker. I'm probably like 12 mojitos deep. There's one little slice of quesadilla in my stomach. Like,
and it's cheese and grease, nigga. That ain't nothing.
Yeah. So I meet these shorties, man, from D.C. They want to come back to the suite. I'm like, all right, come back to the suite. At the time, I got OT out. I'm trying to play OT and have this whole little vibe going up. They bring a bottle of 99 something. I don't even know if it was that, but it was something like it. I start drinking that. I'm getting faded. And I know I start getting faded when I start singing in it, and it just sounds horrible. Because I was just singing at the top of I'm singing every song. They're like, well, let's go back to my crib. Meanwhile, this is my brother's bachelor party. So I'm supposed to be with my brother. But I'm like, there's two of them. I'm about to go take them both down. One of them is a little bit on the, you feel the leg, but the other one was right. I was like, man, I'll take the L for this one. So we go back to their room. Their room is not as lit as mine. They don't got the jacuzzi or nothing. They ain't got my shit was laid out. They got the normal double bed looking shit. So went in there. I started knocking them both. Tell me why I'm so drunk. My mom FaceTiming me because my brother is looking for me. I answer the phone. And they see me. And that's the moral of the story, man. Like, so that day my mom
Come
was
to
like,
find
"You're a
out,
dog."
my mom called me.
No, this is different. He said that's the moral of the story, and his mom answered while he was knocking two of them down. What?
And she came to the conclusion that I'm just like my dad, I ain't shit. So
Coming to find out, my mom called me while I'm knocking down two hoes. And it just, you know what I mean?
you know, it's never been the same dynamic since.
Damn.
All right.
What did they say? They was like, "Hi, Mom."
No, I was just like, hey, I'm over here at this hotel. Just tell him to pull up. And then after he pulled up, and he's like, man, you drunk to the motherfucker. I'm smoking a cigar out the thing like, fuck it, man. I'm living life. We living life, right?
That's wild.
I woke up the next day. My mom had texted me a whole bunch of things. You need to go to church. She was texting me a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, oh, man. You know what? It's life, man. Shit happens.
All right, so we're going to skip this next topic and put that on the next pod because I feel like that'll be a good opener to the next pod.
Okay. Let's see what we do.
But this next one is My Crazy Life, a top 5 album out the West Coast.
Yes.
How?
How? Nigga, the album is iconic album. It goes, I would say, I'm going to say Good Kid, Mad City, Doggy Style, Good Kid, Mad City, Doggy Style, My Ghetto Report Card, The Chronic, My Crazy Life.
Does any of Tupac's albums count as West Coast albums?
I don't know. It's a wobbler for Tupac because he's just kind of everywhere.
He signed to Death Row Records. He's a West Coast artist.
So is SZA a West Coast artist, even though she's from New Jersey and she signed to TDE?
No.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
But SZA was from New Jersey. Pac ain't really from there. He was born there.
He was born in New York, raised in Baltimore for most of his life, then moved to Oakland. Then came to L.A.
When he started getting his credence, though.
When he started banging West Side. Look, man, I don't think My Crazy Life, the only way My Crazy Life can be in the top 5 is if we only give each artist one album to be in the top 10, right? So I'm saying if the only Kendrick album I could take is Good Kid, Mad City, then that's the only way My Crazy Life even makes it into the top 5 because My Crazy Life is not better than Damn, it's not better than To Pimp a Butterfly, it's not better than Section 80, it's not better than Good Kid, Mad City.
I feel like you don't give that album enough credit.
But to the albums he named, he's not wrong though.
Let's look at the playlist. Let's look at the album.
No, the album's hard.
No, the album is hard from
top 5?
From a storytelling standpoint, from a cohesiveness standpoint.
YG's only classic.
YG's only classic, correct.
Correct.
I'm gonna even take it a step lower, right? I'm not sure I can definitively say My Crazy Life is better than Redemption by J-Rock. I'm not sure I can definitively say My Crazy Life is better than Schoolboy Q Blank Face. I'm not sure I can definitively say My Crazy Life is better than Victory Lap. Definitively, I don't know, man.
Look at that list, man.
I know. BPT, hard. I Just Want to Party, amazing. I think Left Right is the most underrated shit in his discography. Big and Back Being Cool was dope. Meet the Flockers is like probably one of my favorite songs off there. My Nigga, mad hit. Do It To You, mad hit. Me and My Bitch, man, Tory Lanez never sounded better if you ask me. Who Do You Love? Amazing. Really Be Smoking? Amazing. 1 a.m., 1 a.m. 1 a.m. is such a dope song that one time I remember we was on our way to Park City for some party or some shit. It was me, Gino, Antoine, and Osagai, right? Nigga, I'm in the back seat, passed out. As soon as 1 a.m. started playing, nigga, I like woke up.
Hell,
We so damn
I'm
close
telling
to
you,
the damn
that
spot. I
album,
was hyped. Thank God is amazing. Sorry Mama's amazing. Oh yeah, and then you even got the bonus tracks. The When I Was Gone, Bompton, and then My Nigga remix. No, the album's amazing.
that's an amazing West Coast. And when
It
it came
is.
out, it was probably the best West Coast album.
But dog,
Top 5 is crazy though.
It's top 5. If I had to take it out the top 5, the only other album I would put is the documentary.
Oh, it's not better than documentary.
Whoa,
See, I didn't even get to the
yeah.
games. I didn't even get to the games albums. I forgot. It's not better than documentary. There's no way. It might not even be better than Doctor's Advocate.
Man, we're going to take a poll.
It's not.
We're going
Oh,
to take
I don't
a
know
poll.
about that one. I don't know about that part.
There's
We're
no.
going
It's
to
better
take a
than Doctor's
poll.
Advocate.
We're going to take a poll.
You know what? I'll agree. If it's better than Doctor's Advocate, I'll agree. It's not better than documentary though.
No, definitely not.
There's
Okay,
no way
we
it's
gon-
top 5.
It is My Crazy Life, top 5 in the West. We're going to put a poll out on each of our things, and we're going to come with the synopsis next time.
It's gonna be a lot of people that say no though.
Because that's what I'm even saying. Like, if you got to bring like Pac's albums in, there's no way it makes it.
I
Like,
think My Crazy Life
I know
is
it's a
top
couple
5.
old heads that's gonna be like, My Crazy Life ain't even better than Dog Food, like the Daz and Corrupt album. You know what I mean? Ice
Food
Cube
is
got a
hard.
few heaters. You didn't mention Noah.
Mustard, Hit Boy. Does Hit Boy get to play like? Does Hit Boy's Nas's album count?
I don't want to count those specific albums just because it was mostly Nas.
Yeah.
But like, if
Hit Boy and Dom. Because
Half a mil.
that first half
first
a
one.
mil tape.
yeah,
That first half a mil tape stay in rotation.
I don't know if My Crazy Life is better than Yellow album either.
Is the Yellow album really even an album? Or I put that as a mixtape.
But if it's top 5 out the West Coast, it should be better than a mixtape. Because I don't think My Crazy Life don't have an argument to be in the top 5 if we got to include everything. Because like I'm saying, it's not better than nothing in Kendrick's discography. Maybe Mr. Morale, but that's debatable. But I was listening to Damn earlier, and I was like, man, this might be Kendrick's best shit. And then I'm going to listen to Pimp a Butterfly in the next 2 months, and I'm going to be like, this might be his best shit.
To Pimp a Butterfly is one of my favorite albums.
Then I go back to Section 80, and I'm like, no, this is clearly his best shit. Then I go to Good Kid, Mad City, and I'm like, no, this is clearly his best shit. So, like, I'm just saying, like, if he's battling 4 Kendrick albums, he's losing.
Absolutely.
I don't even, and like, you know, is Oxymoron aged so well? I don't know if My Crazy Life is better than Oxymoron.
I was thinking that, but at the same time, like there was quite a few, not quite a few in comparison to My Crazy Life that I skipped on Oxymoron.
Yeah, I'll agree with that part. And then, even on top of that, if we got to include these Odd Future niggas, then it's a different
Tyler?
conversation because Tyler's discography crazy too.
Earl's
What's
discography
that
too?
Earl sweatshirt one that has the yellow writing on it, like the first one?
Doris.
Yeah. Now
That
that album
Doris
is
album that
hard.
was out in 2013 was fire. I don't know if My Crazy Life got an argument
But
against.
Vince? Is there a Vince album?
If there is a Vince album, it's one of the last 2, but I think I'm gonna need more time with those because like My Crazy Life is a classic because I feel like it's lasted it's been out 9 or 10 years at this point.
Yeah.
I feel like it lasted that like to me in my head to where like it's not.
YG's.
You even keep listening to YG albums just because of that album.
Yeah.
I know I do, and I haven't loved a YG album since. And if he puts some shit out tomorrow, I'm gonna listen to the whole thing.
Really?
Just in hope that it's My Crazy Life. And then when it doesn't come out as that, then I'm like, all right, maybe next time.
You think because Jeezy had a hand in that, it was so great?
I think Jeezy, Mustard, how hot Mustard was.
It was a great time.
Yeah.
Like all that shit that TDE tries to justify with their artists
I just
releasing.
know, like, you know how like Take Care was like a moment in time?
Yeah.
This album was a moment in time.
Nah, I agree with that. And
But
it's
I'm not
'cause
putting Take Care in a top 10 of albums.
No, I'm taking Nothing Was the Same.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree that album was a moment in time, but I think a lot of that had to do with like what Mustard was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because like with the whole My Crazy Life shit, it was 2 on. It was all the Kid Ink records that you hate. Like Mustard had a thing. Like Mustard had niggas like actually partying.
One day I'm gonna talk about Kid Ink on here, and
Kid Ink had records, bro.
Run it.
Kid Ink had records, bro.
How trash he is.
Main chick.
Main chick was fire. And what was that other one? Baby, won't you put your panties to the side? That shit is amazing. You remind me of something. I don't know what it is. And
If I made that shit today, y'all be like, this is trash, nigga.
Nah, please. If you had Chris Brown doing that on the hook, nigga, I might think you was the GOAT. Because I know you would come up with some better verses. I give you that at least. But, like, nigga, if you had that hook from Chris Brown, I probably would have thought you was the GOAT.
You know,
That shit was crazy.
there's some artists that I feel like they just had like their whole shit catered to them, like on a plate. Like it's like, oh, here's a Chris Brown, insert your shit. It's already hot. Like it was like when we got those records off like SoundClick, and they already had the hook on it, and it was like,
You could buy tracks.
Yeah, but
You
I
could buy hits.
But I think that's almost a test to like DJ Mustard because he had that sound. Like a couple of them records, I'm not sure if they was actually produced by Mustard, but like a lot of niggas was like using that sound. And I know like people from the Bay Area will say that it was I can't remember that Bay Area producer's name. They say that he created the sound, but like
what, like Droopy or something?
I can't remember, and I even feel stupid bringing it up now. But I think the opposite. That's all I'm trying to say. I think the opposite. I think Mustard had that on lock.
Okay.
Yeah. Same reason why like a lot of these niggas blow up.
But
when
I
they
still
get on
want the
Metro.
poll. I want the poll to come up. Everybody post the poll. Let's see what it do, and we'll talk about it next.
You got My Crazy Life better than Victory Lap?
We gonna put something on it?
Put something on it.
I don't even want to do like is it the top 5? I want to do that one.
What?
Is it better than Victory Lap?
I don't know if it's better than Victory Lap.
That's what I'm saying though.
But
like, you know
I feel
what I
like
mean?
it's had its like moment in time. It's lasted longer than Victory Lap, or because it's older.
Yeah.
So I mean,
But like Victory Lap came out when Nip died.
yeah,
Nip died right after Victory Lap.
yeah. And
Close to a year, I think.
Like
and that really.
that's a moment in
I
time.
was always
right
a
there.
Nip fan, but when that album came out, I was like, oh, it's about to go crazy after this.
I'm prolific, so gifted.
Yeah. That first track, soon as the voice, like soon as you press play on Victory Lap and you hear it was a classic.
Yeah.
Before the beat dropped, before Nipsey said a word, that album was classic. As soon as you hear that voice.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
I don't know. My Crazy Life, I figured if it ain't.
But
that
even I feel like Redemption got an argument over My Crazy Life. The J-Rock album,
No, I might take YG over that.
I think it got an argument though, because like just that whole album, like when you just listen to like Knock It Off, Rotation, Tap Out,
I think
that album was a moment in time as well. King's Dead, the
it
way
really
they even
was,
did the
yeah.
whole Black Panther soundtrack basically as a rollout for J-Rock's album. That album was
think,
also its own moment in time, to be honest
I think the
with
album
you.
before that was way better.
90059?
Yeah.
You
I
know,
love that album.
I like it better, but like Redemption, like you can hear the
They put time into
yeah,
it.
the time, the polishness, the money. Like you could literally hear that. No, this is a big record, and this is bigger than anything in his discography.
Yeah.
And I think I appreciate that because they, like I'm saying, even down to the point where the championship tour was like because of J-Rock. The damn Black Panther soundtrack was like his lead single. Like it was like they knew what they was doing with that the whole time. That whole 2018, TDE was just trying to get J-Rock his just due for the first time, and it worked.
Now, semantics. When we say West Coast, are we only talking Cali, or are we just talking like just purely West Coast?
I think when you talk West Coast, it's Cali.
Why? Where are you trying to go with it?
Travis is from Houston.
I figured that's Southern.
yeah, that's like a lot. That's like South. But even
Okay,
then, like
okay.
you did say my ghetto report card because I was about to bring up E40. You did say my ghetto report
My
card.
ghetto report card is crazy.
So yeah. I don't really know Too Short's albums like that, so I can't really. You know
I
what
don't
mean?
think Too Short. Well, the one with like blow the whistle and shit, that shit was probably his best album.
Yeah, I don't remember it. I know I heard it, but I don't remember it.
That was his best album, but it wasn't like that. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Like, we just gotta get a list of TDE albums and Odd Future albums and see if My Crazy Life is better than these.
hell yeah, okay.
But yeah, we're gonna do that poll too, because that
We're gonna do the poll.
top 5 out of West Coast.
We're gonna see
is
the
crazy.
temperature out here. If people was feeling like y'all, or they feeling like me. We'll see what the people.
All right, we got the worst eating experience at someone else's house. Who want to go first?
Let's start with Marquise first.
Worst eating experiences. All right. So we was at well, I went on this little side mission, right? When I was in Iowa, I used to be known for going on side missions without the homies. I went on this side mission. It was about like an hour 45 out. It was like supposed to be like a black type of picnic, you know.
Yeah.
So I went there, and it was okay food, like depicting a cookout, depicting like a home cooked meal. Like it wasn't what I was thinking it was going to be, but it did the job for real. So I'm eating my plate, dog, and just a whole bunch of extra shit just started popping off. It started with like just an argument between two people arguing about some fucking game they were playing. I don't remember if they were playing spades or something. It started with an argument there, and then it just started getting mad personal. Started getting mad, but they started calling each other out of their relationships. Apparently, they had like a little thing together. Mm-hmm. And as this is going on, like you see everybody just watching. It fizzles out for like 5 minutes, and then a whole new different dude comes running into the spot and starts fighting the dude. This was between an argument between a girl and a man, and the dude came in for the girl. They started fighting, flipping tables and shit. Food's everywhere, dog. Food is everywhere. And I'll never forget the maddest I ever been. It was the only nice pair of shoes I had at the time. It's a pair of Jordan 2s. Potato salad, just a big ass clump on my shoes. That's the worst experience I got. Because I ain't never had no bad experiences other than that. That shit was just annoying that I went there off
That you
the
hopped
fade.
into a food fight?
That I hopped into a fucking food fight, dog.
And you got it on the Jordan 2s, which is one of the
top 5.
No, not top 5 Jordans of all time. Nah.
Huh?
I hate 2s.
2s are amazing.
I only like probably like 2 pairs of 2s, and they're lows.
Jordan 2 is amazing.
The Detroit 2s, the brown ones, and the all triple red ones.
Yeah.
So the only 2s I fuck with.
Nah, the high Chicago 2s, and I need the Chicago home 2s, white and red only. Bring them back. I need them. I used to have them in high school, and then I fucked them up.
What's the story?
Oh, man, look.
See?
This is why this shit is funny, because I forgot about this until he brought it up. So one time we was at one of the homies' house from like back in the day. This was just like a couple years ago even. So he lived like somewhere up like by a mountain and shit. So we, drive over to his house. Man, I can't remember if it was a college football game or a boxing match or UFC or something going on. I don't remember. That's why everybody was at his house. So motherfucker hype. He like, yo, I got this new Traeger, da-da-da, this and that. So he's showing us the Traeger shit. And we like, all right, dope. He like, yeah, man, I'm about to cook some chicken wings on it tonight. So we hype as shit. This motherfucker go to the pantry. He pull out all kinds of sauces. He got the Buffalo Wild Wing sauce, everything. So we thinking it's going up. He know what he doing. So man, we get to sit down eating the appetizers, drinking a little bit. So when the chicken finally got off the grill, right? He's hyped. He's like, yo, this shit's about to be mad fire. So everybody else is eating it. Everybody else go get it first. So I'm like, I'm gonna be polite. Everybody else go get their plate. So everybody else go eat it first, and they all talking about how fire it is. So me and one of my boys, we go get the chicken. Nigga, I bit into this chicken, right? And you just see pink. The chicken wasn't even done. So I'm eating it, and he like, how is it? And I'm like, yeah, man, this shit's all right. Because I thought it might have just been that piece, okay? So I go get another piece, and the same shit. So finally, I'm biting, and I'm like, man, I didn't even want to eat this shit. I look up, and I see my homeboy just like looking at me, and we kind of got the same look like, nigga, this shit ain't done. So we just start laughing. I kind of just spit my shit out. threw it away. But I'm lying to this nigga and telling him that the shit was fire because, like, just the look on his face, he was so excited. I ain't had the heart to tell him the shit was trash.
That he cooks it well done.
Then he cooked some medium rare chicken, nigga. That chicken was pink than a motherfucker,
motherfucker was
nigga.
still-
Man, I thought I might have samalama or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So, nigga,
Salmonella.
I go home and I throw that shit up. I ain't gonna cap. I made myself throw like one of these bulimic girls.
Oh,
Nigga had
man.
me eating medium rare chicken.
Wait, so how many people was it in the room eating the chicken?
Nigga, it was at least 12.
And all 12 of y'all niggas was lying?
I don't know if the other 10 was, but me and
They might enjoy medium rare chicken.
yeah, you know, they wasn't, you know what I'm saying? They
Listen,
didn't have no melanin. They don't know no better. They probably thought you were supposed to eat the chicken medium rare off the Traeger. You know what I mean?
listen, if you are cooking what was it? Medium
rare chicken.
Medium rare chicken, don't invite me no fucking where. Like, don't invite me to Starbucks. Don't invite me to a cookout. None.
And you know how when like white people like they associate like hella good chicken wings with sauce. So this nigga had every sauce. So like, you know what I'm saying? So I think it was like masked. So I think it was masked that like you could just put any sauce in it. Like it was mad sauces. He had, man, it was at least 7 bottles of sauce. 7 bottles of wing sauce, and he making them different, shaking them up.
But like at some point, no matter how good it is, I'm gonna bite and look at my shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like you just, it's like almost
there's-
inevitable. It's not even on purpose that you look at it. You
But
just
nigga-
happen to be looking at it.
But nigga, if there is 10 other people that are looking at their chicken and continuing to eat it, and I'm looking at my homie and I'm looking at everybody else, and I don't see any more disgruntled faces, I'm not coming to kick it ever again. All y'all niggas is all scrubbed out. Nah, I'm not doing it. I may kick it with the homie that cooked me the chicken and be talking to him on the side like, hey, man, listen, I got to come clean about something.
Yeah.
But, like, all the other niggas, all y'all are some liars. I'm not doing it.
I can't remember the last time I seen him, but like I'm saying, he was so excited, bro. I really should have told him, hey, this shit ain't done. But he was so excited that he just like, when he looked at me, I felt like he was like looking at my soul, nigga. So I didn't want to.
You ain't had the heart to do it.
I don't want to break him down because everybody else like this. So I was just like, nah, nigga, it's cool. It's cool. I threw that shit away. Cause I threw that shit right in the trash can.
How you put the plate in the trash can?
Oh, I just waited for him to turn around.
Did you put it in upside down or did you fold it?
I really don't remember. Probably upside down. I always put all my plates in upside down, even if it's done. I always put the shit upside down.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I probably just did my usual.
Hell yeah.
He said he
So,
ain't gonna know him.
I'm gonna ask y'all which story y'all want. Y'all want the Thanksgiving story, or y'all want the Gino's birthday story?
Oh.
Damn. Okay. Wait. Who was cooking at these functions?
One of them's a restaurant. The other one is Thanksgiving.
I probably want the Thanksgiving, not the restaurant one.
Okay, so I'm with this girl. We dated. We lived together.
Are you wearing denim?
Huh?
Are you wearing denim?
I had the Sean Christopher on that day, so I had the khakis.
Yep.
It's like the jean little shirt with the little pullover raincoat and the little boat shoes. You know, trying to do it real proper.
I see you.
And we pull up, and I ain't never. So she's half black, half white. Never ate at anyone else's house but my family's house and like my close friends' houses. And it's always fire.
Mm-hmm.
But all of us have melanin in our skin. So not to clash on, it feel like we splashing on we killing our white brothers. You know what I'm saying? But not to say that, but I never really ate at white people's houses.
This is all comedy style. None of this is real. It's all fabricated
So-
anyway.
Yep.
I get to walking in. We walk in, sit down. They only have water. I'm like, oh, so black functions. We got the little soda. We got the Shastas going up, the black cherry Shasta, the grape.
We got the red drink somewhere.
You know what I'm saying? We might have some Sprites because there's something about black people where we'll drink different kinds of like orange sodas and shit, but we ain't drinking different types of Sprite. Sprite.
facts.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
facts.
That's
You got
big
some
facts.
twist up, nigga. We like, what the fuck is twist up, nigga? Go grab a Sprite.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just something about niggas like.
Hold on, I don't mean to cut you off, but I was telling one of my white friends one time. I said, "Bro, I was like, if you give me a blind soda test and put like Sprite, 7-Up, and Sierra Mist, I can easily tell you which one is which." And they don't
Facts.
believe me. So one time they was like, "No, one time we gonna do this shit." And I'm like, "All right."
Oh yeah.
They don't believe me, and that's exactly why. You like, nah. Don't show up with nothing else. No
Don't
Twist
show
Up,
up.
no 7-Up, no
Sierra
What's
Mist.
the new Sierra Mist called?
Starry.
Don't show up with none of that.
Yeah.
Sprite only, nigga.
Sprite. And will LeBron please put that LeBron Sprite back out? That shit was bomb.
And keep the Sprite remixes coming because that tropical berry one was crazy.
That shit is
Matter of fact,
crazy.
Sprite sponsor us too.
Yeah, come sponsor a Sprite. So ain't nothing to wash it down. Like we always gotta like in my household, you had to have a little fizzle or some juice or something to wash it down.
Breaks it up.
You know what I mean? But we ain't the healthiest people in the land, but black people, you know how we eat. So I get in, and there's no pans.
This is already going somewhere.
There's no pans. I don't smell like no food. You know, you smell the yams when you walk in Granny crib or something. Smell the rolls, something. None of that.
What?
I'm like, where's the food? I'm asking her, where's the food? She's like, oh, Grandma, where's the food? Oh, we're doing what we do every other year. We're getting it catered. Man, when I tell you, they pulled up with probably, the little tin trays you make the macaroni and cheese in.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 of those trays on the table. Half turkey, half ham, already sliced up
In the same container?
in the same container.
All right, that's us, right?
Stuffing. Now, I eat dressing. Stuffing is something different. It's cubed up bread and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And like you could see the celery pieces like this thick in that motherfucker. I said, oh, hell no.
You don't
There's
like it?
celery and carrots in the stuffing.
You don't like your stuff and it got a little crunch?
Nope.
Then they got
Wedge?
I don't eat cranberry sauce or anything like that. My family do, but they eat the gelatin looking shit. This shit looked like real cranberries mushed up in the mashed potato cranberries. And
So they
then
give you some jam.
there's some mashed potatoes. They forgot the gravy and some biscuits. When I tell you, man, I made the smallest plate you could ever see, and they're just enjoying it. I see the grandpa is just chewing like this with the celery. I'm like, oh, hell no. The crunchy ass celery in this shit, no seasoning.
All that shit
Man.
sound mad dry.
For real.
And if you know about Black Thanksgiving, like Black Thanksgiving is like,
It's just lit.
it's like, we going up.
Yeah.
Your uncle getting drunk in the corner. He talking about the old days when he used to be doing some crazy ass shit.
Music loud, everybody in there.
You know what I'm saying?
We
My
just-
grandpa
it's a
over
party.
there is egging people to play dominoes because he know he can whoop everybody in dominoes. Shout out, RIP my grandpa, but he was a domino champion. He had like hella trophies with dominoes. He could tell you what you had in your hand. Like that's how Cody was at dominoes. But, we got the music going. You smell food. You know what I'm saying? You gonna make 2 or 3 plates. You can't make 2 or 3 plates with these 2 little platters. I'm like, oh, this is crazy over here. I felt like Get Out at one point. I'm sweating. I'm just sweating in my little raincoat trying to eat this little dry ass food. Ain't no gravy to cover up everything. And I'm like, man, this shit is fucked up.
Yeah.
And to come to find out, man, just off the little bit I ate, my stomach was bubbling. Man, I was sick.
Oh, no.
Man, I was sick for like 3 days. And she's just walking around like, honey, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong? I'm like, damn, we ain't never going to Thanksgiving. We're just going to stop after we go to my family house from now on. After we go to my family house, we going over to yours. Because, shit, I got to be full to go over there.
Nigga was mad. He ain't getting no ounce of diabetes in the
Yeah, I ain't get no
Thanksgiving.
yam. No. How you have Thanksgiving with not one yam going up?
Had no fear of like any type of coronary, nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Healthy
I
ass
need the
Thanksgiving.
church. You know the church lady that got the little fat hanging off the back there.
No, big
I need
fact.
that
We
to be
need that.
cooking.
I need
We
my
need
auntie
that
my
to be
food.
doing the mac and cheese. I swear.
You know what I'm saying? And meanwhile, there was no mac and cheese. They go and get a box, and it wasn't even crafts. It was disrespectful. They had the motherfucking. It was like Good Choice or some shit. You know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck it was. I'm
Great
looking at.
value.
I'm looking like, am I 3, nigga? You gonna cut some hot dogs up in this motherfucker or something?
Disrespectful to your taste buds.
What do y'all think of the dessert at the white Thanksgiving? I'm not gonna lie, the desserts be going up.
The
They
dessert.
be going up on the dessert because, like, you know, you go to a black Thanksgiving, it's almost strictly sweet potato pie every time. But when I go to the white Thanksgiving, it be 4 different pies, nigga. It be lit on the pie. I ain't
Yeah.
on cap.
I hate the motherfuckers that.
Because it's American.
I hate the motherfuckers that buy everything. There's some good.
Nah, I'm
like
with you
now,
on
I
that.
done been to some. Like, after that, I've been to some good white households that had like some homemade shit that was fire. And I'm like, why can't everybody just do this? Why can't they just keep it up? Keep it up at this, like, man. My Thanksgiving and Christmas plates, that deviled eggs and all that, man, this should be looking crazy.
Wait, you don't like deviled eggs?
I love deviled
Oh.
eggs.
But it's
Like,
just like,
you ain't got it. Like, you ain't got the selection.
Oh, they didn't have it. Got
You
you.
know what I'm saying? But, you know, I've been to some where they have a better selection. It's a better things, you know.
Now, is she like? Is she? I'm trying to think of how to ask this. Is
she mixed?
Is she mixed and adopted, or is she mixed with some black in her life?
So the one I was with at that time, she was mixed, and she was from Kentucky. But her dad was still in Kentucky, and she moved out here with her grandparents and her mom. And her grandma is, well, I can't even put all that information out, but they're of the Utah religion.
They didn't have no jungle fever anymore.
Yeah. They're of the Utah religion. They weren't even very fond of me anyway. And they weren't really fond of her because of half of her. So I'm in there feeling uncomfortable eating and my stomach
Already.
hurt.
They poisoned you.
yeah, that's what they was trying to do, huh?
Meanwhile, a quick
You want to
side
bring
note.
your little nigger
quick
man
si-
over here?
Quick side note. You know how they have like the Mormon thing where they have like the history of people's family trees?
Yeah.
So the grandma's like, "Oh, I'll find your family. I'll find your family." I was like, "You're really not gonna find it. 'Cause I don't think you understand." So she looked back, and all she could find was my grandparents, and it stopped there. And I was like, and she's like, "I don't know." And then
We sold them.
I did some more research, and I found like your great grandparents, but I couldn't find anything after that. And I was like, "There's a reason why." Like,
Right.
we was on slave ships and shit. I don't think you understand.
Right.
So
That's where you got your little $100 from. Sold my entire family, bitch.
For real.
you know what I'm saying? But you know, they became fond of me. So shout out them. But it was what it was. But that was the worst Thanksgiving I ever had, and I pledged I was never gonna leave my family on Thanksgiving, or I'll cook my own shit.
Here's an important question. Who made your plate?
My girl made my plate.
All
My
right.
girl made my plate, but I whispered to her, "You don't put a lot on there."
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I grabbed you grabbed her wrist like, "Hey, don't put a lot on there, though." So she
Shout
was
out
like,
to her, man.
"Yeah, shout out to her,
Shout out
man."
to the women that make plates for niggas.
For real, though.
What's next?
What we got on here, last topic is my trip. I don't know what we need to talk about.
What's the synopsis? What do you think your trip's gonna bring to
What I
you?
think my trip's going to bring to me, first off, I'm just heading out to El Paso to kick it with my mans. We driving from El Paso to Dallas to go to this Drake concert.
Oh, you going to the Drake
I'm
concert?
going to the Drake
Drake.
concert. So I'm going to the Drake concert. And the crazy part about it is Drake pulled me on stage this time to do Hours in Silence. I need to be up there. When y'all see him pull that girl on stage doing Hours in Silence?
I didn't watch the video, but
He
I seen
pulled some girl on stage doing Hours in Silence.
Why she look like Bobby though?
Who she look like?
She
The
look like
Bobby
Bobby.
Altoff girl.
Oh, yeah.
Drake pulled me on stage to do Hours in Silence. Yep. She creaming on me, I'm a crush. She asked me why haven't I nut. I didn't know we in a rush. I'd be over there acting crazy. She was being polite. I would have snatched the mic from that nigga. Wow. Turn my bitch.
He throwing money.
I know you gotta turn my bitch. I would have snatched the mic from Drake, nigga.
So yeah, if you hit that parlay, is it going up?
Oh man, I already missed.
Oh shit.
I already missed, man.
Is there any strip clubs involved with this trip?
I mean, if the homies want to go to the strip club, I'll go. But I ain't.
You know the one want to go to the strip club. You know who want to go to the strip club.
Wait, you moving to strip clubs? I'm not off the Drake concert yet.
Mr.
'Cause you know
Batty-
how many baddies he's gonna see just at the Drake concert?
And see, that's what I was saying. I was like, it's gonna be impossible not to find something to do. Cause all we gotta do is just follow the women.
Nick, you know that amount of.
Sheesh.
All you gotta do is follow the women.
You know how many BBLs gonna be out there?
Drake, pull me on stage, bro. That'll really get it going up.
Get my man up there. He trying to catch a couple more
Drake.
bras for you.
Yeah. Drake,
OVO Dante trying to get up there.
Hey, I might be over your Dante this week. Every bad thing I ever said about Drake might go out the window after this concert.
You can't wear the Yeezys up there though. You gotta wear.
Oh, you're right, huh?
That's the op shit.
You're right, huh? Well, what can I? Well, Drake Nike, huh? I gotta pull out some up tempos or something.
Yeah.
I'm buying a lot of shoes lately. I'm gonna wear some.
I kind of want to get some of them notches though.
I
They
definitely want a
look
pair.
hard, yeah.
They look kind
definitely
of fire.
want a
The
pair.
purple ones is looking kind of fire.
I-
They might could go with something.
I want the Nacho Glides, the one that look like the Flight 95s. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I need them. As soon as they drop, I'm copping.
Oh yeah, but
There was a
OVO
Nacho hoodie that I wanted that looked like some Napolitan ice cream. It was fire, but it was already sold out when I tried to get it.
Hey, let me help you out so I can make sure you get on stage. Nocta.
Nocta. See, Drake, I don't even fuck with you like that to even know what your brand is called.
No, he fuck with you. He trying to get on stage. It's OVO Dante.
So, I fucked with.
He trying to turn his bitch up.
But see, the thing about that is, too, Drake, this is why you should get me on stage. None of them niggas in the crowd know comeback season.
Facts.
You get me on stage, I might be shake up the world. That is what I'm about to do. And nigga, you ain't even know my altitude. Come on, they don't know that.
Come on
They don't
now.
know that.
Come
Don't
on
know
now.
the little.
They don't know
Everybody
that.
was trying to dress like that. Everybody was trying to put a peacoat in a part in their hair off the comeback season. If you was really a Drake fan,
If Drake did Ransom, I could go back and forth with him on Ransom. If he just let me be Wayne, I got him. If he let me
Jizzy,
be
I
Drake,
got
I got him. If he let me be Drake,
what happened
I
if
got
he
him.
make you sing Controller?
Oh, nigga. That was my shit, though. See, like, as bad of a rap I be giving him for, like, the little accent songs and all the little culture vulture bullshit he be doing, Controller is one of them ones.
He ain't really missed on any of them little whatever you called them just then.
I don't know. What was the one at the end of, the two at the end of the Dark Demo tapes? I hated both of those. I can't remember what they was called. I remember there was music videos, too.
Let's see.
I hated both of those.
There was one that was.
I didn't
heat,
like,
isn't
I'm
it?
Blim for real.
Whoa,
when he
hold
gets
on
Blim
now.
was-
that's
That
another
was fire.
That's
That's
another
one.
one.
Hold
Hot
on
take,
now.
and I'm gonna clip this up and get dragged. More Life's trash, and when he gets to his whole More Life set, because I planned it on recording the whole concert anyway. But when he gets to his More Life set, I think I'm going to the bathroom. I don't want to hear fake
See,
love.
look, listen.
I don't want to hear free smoke. I don't want to hear no long talk. I don't want to hear none of that shit that I actually kind of
No.
used to like.
This is my PSA because he ain't missed on none of that shit you talking about.
Blim is a song.
I don't
Blim
like
is the one.
Passion Fruit is dope. I give him Passion Fruit. I like Passion Fruit.
Signs,
I don't know that song.
Signs?
champagne with breakfast while I'm yawning.
Was it on More Life? I hated More Life.
No, it was a single.
Oh, nope, never heard it.
Can't
It
sleep
came out
all,
like right before.
Can't drink all day if you don't start in the
No.
morning.
Drake, just give me comeback season.
I think the best single that didn't get the most shit was Right Hand. You my
my
right
go-to.
hand.
Right Hand was cool.
You my go-to.
Drake need to just get me on stage when he do comeback season, when he do So Far Gone, and when he do Care Package.
Yeah.
Oh, Care Package is crazy.
If he do Club Paradise, I'll probably cry in the stadium.
Tell me, who did I leave behind?
Bro, I swear, I actually cried.
When
that
they do
song
Marvin's
before.
Room, you go Dirty Mac?
Nah. I wasn't. I don't really like Take Care like everybody else.
Wait, you could Dirty Mac to Marvin's Room?
Marvin's Room is a Dirty Mac anthem. You can't be on the phone with a girl saying "fuck that nigga that you love so bad."
But you like actually like? I feel like you wouldn't be able to Mac nothing to that song.
Yeah, like
No,
that's
I
gonna
feel
bring
like
up
it
some
gave
trauma.
people in their feelings to text the one that they like, oh, they with that nigga, and they text them and like, hey man, fuck that nigga that you love so bad.
Ooh,
And you know what's crazy about that song is forget that part. His last verse, the "we threw a party, yeah, we threw a party." That's one of his coldest verses he ever spit. I ain't gonna front.
I think I'm
Bitches
addicted.
came over, yeah, we threw a party. I was just calling because they was just leaving. That whole part was crazy.
Even the way he opened it. I think I'm addicted to naked women and sitting talking about bitches
That we almost had. Yeah, that shit was crazy.
I was like, oh shit. All right.
Fucking so the More Life set you dipping out.
I'm dipping out on More Life. I'll even stick around for If You're Reading This It's Too Late.
Reading
And
it?
Scorpion's underrated. We're going to have a Drake topic next time. This shit beeping. I think he about to die.
Yeah, Scorpion is way underrated.
Next time we need a Drake topic because I'll give Drake his flowers. Right after the concert, we got have a nice little Drake topic. We're going to put that on here too. Because you probably be nice to hear this. He got his fucking heart shit on. You know what I'm saying? He's certified lover boy. That's why he got the hearts on the hoodie.
Certified lover boy.
Man, I might go to the bathroom during that set too. The album's trash.
No,
Was
you
it
gotta
tra-
hear
was
that.
it trash or
No,
was it
The one with
expected?
him and
Wait a minute.
Jay-Z?
Yeah, wait a minute. I'm lying because if he do that, if he does Pipe Down, even if he do the intro track,
What about
Champagne Poetry,
What
I think it's
about
called.
I'm just working on me?
Yeah, I'm gonna send that to Mr. Highness. That's who was playing that shit. It was Mr. Highness.
See, wait, that makes that story a whole lot different, dog.
That's why we was like, what the fuck, nigga? Like, what is going on? Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but it's gonna be lit. Whatever else happens in Dallas, it might stay in Dallas or it might be back on the pod. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, look, now you can go ahead and trick because now you can take a shorty to Whataburger and get the box.
No, I ain't tricking. I
Instead
don't
of
think
paying,
Whataburger's tricking.
instead of paying her the $5 to DM them like you normally do, you can just pay for the Whataburger.
And I got a payday coming while I'm out there too, so I might really be acting a fool. And we supposed to go shopping. Me and the homie who
he coming back
who
different.
trying to collect up a sneaker collection. We supposed to go shopping too. And I'm like, shit, payday on Friday, nigga. I'm down.
Yeah,
I might come back with a baked grill.
He gonna come back talk about tipping on Fofo, GameCube, Nintendo. I'm like, nigga, you was out there for 3 days.
Double cup of Sprite and shit.
Hey, I might come back with some what they call them spokes in the South? The giraffe nose spokes. You know what I'm talking about? Google
the poke out
yeah,
crazy.
the giraffe. I'm gonna come back with some giraffe nose spokes. Put them shits on my
This
Camaro.
nigga gonna be listening to Chopped and Screwed every day.
Matter of fact, Drake, when you do November whatever off of So
18th.
Far, November 18th off of So Far Gone. When you do that, get me on stage too. I could just do So Far Gone. I want ignorant shit too. I'm a property of October. I ain't drive here. I
My
got
favorite
show
shit-
foot. I be hating on Drake. I know all
my
the niggas
favorite shit is Bria's interlude. Bria's interlude.
I'm a fucking hater, nigga.
Bria's interlude is my shit.
You're a hater or you're a baddie. This nigga turned into an absolute baddie. Drake, get me on stage.
I'm telling you, if that girl was being too polite, I would have snatched that mic from him. and been
Shit,
like,
if I was
"Turn
going-
my bitch up."
I would want to get on Bria's interlude and sing Bria's interlude because that's my song.
Which one?
Bria's interlude.
Oh, yeah.
With
You gonna be
Omarion.
Omarion?
What Joe Budden say? I had Bria in the coop and out her way before you ever wrote that interlude about her. Hey, Drake, you lost that Joe Budden beef, nigga.
He ain't trying to get on stage no more.
Put me on stage. If I get on the stage, nigga, I'm gonna be like, hey, you can't bail Biff DeVoe your way out of this one.
It's some Yeezys.
Nigga, we want a party album, but you keep stealing all the parties album and putting it on your party album. Put me on stage, nigga. I might cause a scene. They're gonna escort me out of there. He keeps singing all Drake's diss tracks.
He's singing Exodus.
Fucking what's all them Jamaican niggas you running around with, Chugs or whatever, the Baka and all the little niggas that supposedly, some street niggas, they gonna escort me out. They gonna jump me.
This nigga keeps saying supposedly. He gonna make it worse.
Them niggas ain't doing shit.
Look, you gonna clip this one up first and get the funny clips out early, and they just gonna be looking through. Be like, this gonna be the nigga. So whenever he come in, just make sure you escort him here instead of.
That shit's a comedy.
He gonna bring you on stage and then confront you. Be like, hey, what's all that shit you was talking about on your podcast?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bleep that out for them to have a couple Jamaicans at my door.
Talking Baka, you're not a long talker. Bow.
Quick to make the motherfucking tech slap.
See, look, you know the words of the song. How can you hate it?
I really hate that song, but my homeboy that I'm actually going to the concert with that live out there, he made that song so funny to me that I started listening to it. We would just be playing Madden, and every time he get a pick, he'd be like, "That's Baka. He's a no long talker." And I just used to fall out laughing, nigga. So I really started listening to the song just to laugh.
Listen,
If it's a chit chat ting, better talk nice. Murder on the beat, and it's not nice. Yeah, I know.
See, and Baka ended a song talking about some Batman. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. How you can't get that off, can you?
He
That's
didn't
hard.
get that off.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't even know if he did.
That's the worst bar on the whole album.
That's gotta go. But listen, it's gotta go crazy over there though.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being in a room full of thousands of people?
And one
this
thing I'll
line
say
coming
about
up?
More Life too is that Kanye Drake song was a
Glow?
Trash.
Glow was trash.
Watch out for me. I'm about to blow. That shit's ass.